going overboard.
Hey, we're here.
Hey, we're here.
We're non-binary. We've washed our hands. We've been wearing our masks. We're finally back together.
Simone Holmes, full house today.
That's what it is. Chris, what's with your face?
No, I'm listening to you, and I'm just like, why?
Yeah.
What? You don't know how to intro a fucking show? Is that what it is?
Not like that.
Not like that? Okay.
I thought he was going to go with the Simpsons reference. I thought that's what originally he was
What
going
did
to do.
COVID do to you?
Yeah, we're here.
Fucks you
we're
up.
queer. We don't want any more bears.
What?
Hey.
That's what you were going to go with, yeah.
That's not what I was gonna go with, but okay. But welcome
right
in,
then.
everybody. How's everybody been? It's been a minute since we've all been together.
It
Yeah,
has.
full house today.
Fucking, it's the throes of fatherhood. It's gonna be like this for at least a year.
Happens when you get a new
And they're
baby.
out on the street.
Get out of
The
here. The baby.
The baby.
All
Yeah,
right.
baby.
Well, I guess we'll just go into before we get into our weeks and everything. But let's hit this icebreaker. Icebreaker. We got a couple new cartoons coming out. The Shenmue animation is scheduled to release. What was it? February? Is it February 5th for this one? Forgot.
I
Where's my
believe
docket
so.
at?
Looks like
Yeah.
it. Yeah, February 5th.
Yeah, there it is. February 5th. Yeah, both of these shows actually are releasing in February, but the trailer looks pretty good. I don't know nothing about Shenmue. Scotty and Eddie are the ones that probably know, and Chris know about Shenmue the most. I think, Eddie, you're streaming.
Before the fucking recording, I told you I don't know shit about it.
No, you said you know shit. You just don't care. You said you don't care. That's what it was. Don't lie to me.
Throw me under the bus. No. I think that the trailer looks really fucking cool, and it is the true form that Shenmue should have taken back in fucking 98.
Just a movie instead of a game.
just make it an anime.
Yeah,
and
that's
be
not
done
wrong.
with it.
Because like this is something I
Yeah.
would much rather watch as an anime than play as a game. I feel like, but
I don't know. I mean,
What's interesting is years ago.
Go ahead,
Alright.
Scotty, go ahead.
gotta get used to this
Now, I
again.
was pixelated on my side, so I don't know what I closed Twitch and YouTube, so I'm sorry, chat, if I can't see you, but it's too risky right now, I guess.
It'll be alright.
And it's snowing. Is it snowing in space? Anyway,
It's snowing on Mount Fuji.
what's funny is years ago when I was doing Sega EdX stuff and discussing Shenmue, and this was before 3 was announced or anything, I was like, just continue it in an anime. I know that Yu Suzuki has his vision of 13 chapters and everything, but just finish it in an anime, because it's not gonna happen through the games. And I mean, I was half serious, so I am excited for this because it looks sweet, and I want to see that goddamn 80-man battle happen. So yeah.
I want 4 episodes of forklift safety.
Yeah, I don't know what they're
It
gonna do
better
with
be
that,
a whole
unless
episode.
they're gonna like anime it up and be like and like dramatic zooms and
If
stuff.
they turn it into an initial D with the forklift, let's
It's
go.
either
That's what-
that or a
dude.
filler episode is what it's gonna be.
Dude, one year during the marathon before Megavision's times, we got stuck doing the forklift races, and this was before DMCA was up everybody's asses. Someone with their cell phone just held the initial D OST near the mic, and we were just like rocking out during that forklift race.
Oh god,
Hell yeah.
that's a prime example of an anime that the soundtrack's better than the anime. So
Yeah.
Initial D is
I
not
haven't
that
seen-
bad.
it's fine,
haven't
but
seen
I don't
enough
think
of
it's
it,
just. I don't know if it's as hype as the music hypes it up.
It's a product
hype-
of its time.
Yeah, one, it's
Yeah.
a product of its time. Two, the music hypes up the fucking shit. And
Yeah.
I read the manga, and I thought the manga was pretty fucking good. So I mean, come on.
Hold on,
All I'm saying is,
let me push my
yeah,
glasses up.
fucking
Shing!
finger fucking point to my glasses. No, look, if they can get Dave Rogers to come back and do a song for the forklifting episode, I'm all for it.
There it is.
Make it happen.
That wasn't.
I mean,
real.
no, I'm excited for this. It's like perfect timing for
It
me
looks
because like
good.
it was one of those things like where like I remember when Sephiroth was an answer like Super Smash Brothers. It was like right on the end that I had just finished Final Fantasy Remake, so it was just like almost super hyped for this. Like, you know what I mean? So now that I'm going through like Shenmue 2, like I'm literally like in the middle, or if not almost close to it. I'm not exactly sure of the end of it. And seeing this, I'm all hyped for it. Like I'm excited to see where it goes and stuff like that. So No, it looks
Eddie,
great.
I need to ask you, because you're currently playing. You played Shenmue 1, and you're currently playing Shenmue 2. So far, which one do you think is better? You think the second one? Are you enjoying
Shenmue 2.
Oh, is it
Shenmue-
just that much better?
Shenmue 2 is legitimately the better game.
Quality of life
the
stuff.
thing- Quality of life stuff and the pacing in that is just so much more better than it is on the first one and stuff like that. Like, don't get me wrong, like the first one, like actually the difference is like in the first one, I feel like you have to time manage a lot better than you do in the second one. And it's forces you to like actually like explore and look around and talk to people to progress and stuff like that. Shenmue 2 is just like, look, you want to do the story? Here it is. Like, you want to do some of the side stuff? There it is too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't know where you're going? Ask a local. They'll walk you to you. Like, they'll walk you to your destination. And that to me has been like the most amazing thing. Like the first time we're just like, because like in the first one, I'm just like, hey, do you know where I can find some sailors? And they're like, well, I don't know. Why don't you ask this person? Hey, do you know where I can find some sailors? Well, I don't know. Why don't you ask this person? Oh, can you find some sailors? Go over here at this specific
Your princess
time.
is another cat. Oh.
Yeah, it goes go here at this specific time, and you'll find your sailors. And if you miss that time, you have to wait till the very next day. And I'm just like, this is tedious as fuck. It's fun at first, but then you go to Shenmue 2, and Shenmue 2 is just like, look, man, you got a whole like 12 hours of whatever you want to do, and it literally feels like 12 hours of whatever you want to do. You can go around and talk to people. You can go work, like life simulation at its best. And then if you're lost completely, just ask a local and they'll be like, come on, I'll show you the way. I happen to go there. No, you're going the opposite direction, man. But if you want to take me, that's fine. I'm all for it.
They're just trying to be nice. They're scared of you.
Where are you in it right now, Eddie? When I was watching you, you were trying to find what's her name to catch some leaves. I think that.
We are in Kowloon. We are in Kowloon now.
There now.
Yeah, and I'm at the point where I rescued the assistant.
I don't remember that. Have you been to the mall yet?
Yeah, we're headed to the ghost tower to find a certain person.
Oh, you're there already. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're progressing pretty I don't want to say quickly, but quick for a Shenmue game.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I said. Like the beauty of it, it's just this, you don't have to do any of the side stuff. I'm like literally just progressing through the story.
This man
and
is
stuff like
speed running through the game.
Let's go.
Wait till he gets a hold of these Yakuza games.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oh no, I get stuck. I go to the internet cafe and that's it. I don't do anything else.
He becomes a real estate
cafe?
agency god.
You didn't know?
I didn't know there was an internet cafe
Your ass
in
better call
Yakuza.
somebody.
Yeah. Like it's so great too because like my history with Yakuza, a quick thing is I've only played the 6th game. I've only played Yakuza 6 and I own all of them. Yeah.
Song of
And
Life.
The only reason why I played 6 is because they had the New Japan pro wrestlers involved in it. Otherwise, I would have like never played Yakuza in my life. And so yeah, when the first time I come in there, they have like a internet, like I guess you could kind of say like chatterbait section where you can like talk with a model over the PC.
No, it is.
I swear.
Yeah.
They have all this stuff. So then I went back to Yakuza 0, and like it takes place in the 80s, like Kamurocho in the 80s and whatnot. And
He picks up the fucking phone.
Yeah, no, they don't have the internet cafe. They have like the video, like rental store or pleasure store where you could go in and like I want to select this model and they give you a video so you can watch it's basically like a jerk off booth, I guess, if you want to call it, right?
Yeah,
and I'm just like, man, like they thought of everything, like because I was like wondering if this was going to be in the game back in the 80s
to the time.
And sure enough, they're like, pick a model, here's your video, and have fun. And I think I want to say like where you sit down, there's a tissue box too, so it's insinuating a lot.
Oh, man. I gotta play more of Yakuza 0 then.
Yeah, it's good times.
All right, no, I'm excited. That's cool. Like I don't know much about Shenmue, but maybe because the animation looks good in the trailer, and maybe I'll watch it and be like, oh, Shenmue's actually pretty cool in this form, like Chris said. So
there you go.
The other one we got.
It's a patient. The game is a patient asker of you. It makes you slow down and enjoy things. So
yeah, it sounds like a little bit like Mega Man Legends.
No, not at all. Those are not comparable at all.
Oh, no. Okay, so you said how many times have we played Mega Man Legends? You said I just want to walk around this world and talk to people. That's the same thing that you would do in Shenmue.
Encourages that. Shenmue encourages that for your actual story progression. You don't have to talk to anybody in Mega Man Legends to figure anything out, really.
Okay.
So I think you eventually just talk to Roll or Data, and they'll be like, "You should go here, idiot," and do that thing. So
Thank God we're done with
no,
that.
Shenmue is great, and this might be cool. I also saw that Corey, what is shit? Not you, Corey. What the hell is his name?
Corey,
Who does Rio's voice?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I forget what his fucking name is.
Corey Marshall.
Corey
Corey, there you
Marshall.
go.
He put out a video on his social saying my thoughts on the Shenmue anime because people are losing their shit as always. Like, why aren't you voicing Rio? Why aren't you voicing Rio? You're the voice of Rio. And he's just like, hey, it looks good. I'm excited for it. You know, there's the Japanese version of Shenmue, there's the American version of Shenmue, and now there's the anime version of Shenmue. Fucking cool your jets. I'm excited. You should be too.
Shut up. We can exist in the world together.
I'm glad he didn't take the David Hayter route when Snake was recasted for Metal Gear Solid 5. Because when that news came out that David Hayter was not going to be reprising the role, he and everyone else lost their shit. He started like calling out to Konami and Kojima and be like, I don't know what's happened. I don't know why they didn't fucking call me. And he just like ranted on until like forever. And then you find out like part of the reason why is because of plot in Metal Gear Solid 5. So
whoops.
Good on Marshall.
Yeah. He's pretty self-aware, so yeah, there's the video.
Yeah, I
bit of
posted
lag
a
on
link
our
in the
side,
chat
but-
if people wanted to listen to it.
Now that Eddie's back, all I want to say about Shenmue is one of my favorite what the fuck moments was when you walk into the mall and find out it's a fight club.
No,
That
yeah.
sounds awesome.
Yeah.
And then you meet the guy in charge of it, and he's got like a fucking haystack for hair. And it's just good. It's so
It
good.
sounds like Japan or China.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, because Shenmue's Chinese, right?
No, Shenmue
no,
is
Well, you're
Japanese.
in China.
Yeah.
in the
Oh,
second
okay,
one.
that's what I got confused on. All right.
I think though the one thing too that like it's the arm wrestling thing was the one that threw me off right off the
Yeah.
back, and that like was one of the most crazy mini games that I had ever encountered ever in a game. Because usually it's like the thing about Shenmue is just like it kind of doesn't tell you what to do. You kind of have to figure it out. It's simple once you figure it out. Like all I had to do was press X in order to do this arm wrestling thing, blah 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 blah, and yada yada yada. And so the first time I come across it, and I'm just like, all right, cool. Like, here's the first one. Oh, you can challenge him up to 3 more times. Let's go. And then the final one was literally me just smashing the button for like 5 minutes. Like, I'm like, oh, dude, I cannot fucking beat this dude, and I don't want to give up. My arm started hurting. I needed a cigarette after. Like, I was just like, this is crazy, dude. Like,
You gotta
he
play
needs
more.
the
You gotta play
pen
more fighting
technique.
games. Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
pen
the
technique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just, and then I lost like $40 going up against like a level 5, and I was just like, fuck this, never again. But no, it's a good game. It's good stuff.
I
It's good stuff.
had Eddie's stream on because he's streaming when I'm like starting my work. Or no, you were like 5 hours into your stream and I was starting my
Mhm.
work day. But it was great because I was kind of tuning in and out and had you as background, and I was watching again when you were doing something. You're like, all right, that's pretty cool. Let's keep going here. And then it cuts to the chore of daily book lifting and cleaning the library, and you're just like,
Oh.
oh, fucking god, I've never seen you visually exacerbated on a stream, just like fucking I forgot about this shit.
Yeah, and it was like the one thing, because like I said, it was just so funny because like the game progresses no matter what you end up doing. But once we got to the book section, it was one of those things where like it's like they're gonna make you do this book section, whether it's part of the plot or not. Like you have to do it. And if you fail, it's like, all right, you can go and explore the city. But every time I would like, because there was so much time in between where I had to do it again when it came back to restart the day, it's just like, oh yeah, the books. And I'm like, fucking books.
You're like,
Like,
shit.
God
Do you
damn,
think they're going to
fucking
start
books.
every episode of the anime with the book section?
Maybe season 2.
I
not
hope-
season
I
1.
hope that all I
Season
hope is
2.
that maybe ironically, unironically, I know. All I hope is every episode starts with Rio hitting his alarm clock.
Yeah, that would be great.
So,
All
but it
right.
looks good.
Cool. The other thing that we got, which was pretty interesting as well, is we got the trailer for the new Cuphead show, which is launching on February 18th. And this one I was extremely excited for because I really enjoy. I like Cuphead. It can be a tough game, but it's very challenging. I like it. It's a very good game. But I also really like 1920s like or 30s cartoon styles, and that's what we're getting from this cartoon, and it looks great. And I mean, it's the voices sound great in it too. We got like gangster frogs and all this stuff, so I'm totally on board for this.
Yeah,
well, it's the game literally turned into a cartoon. The inspiration or what it was from like back in the day and whatnot and stuff like that is literally being portrayed on this show. It looks good. I'm a little weary about it though, to be honest. I don't know like how many episodes of this can I actually stand before I'm like, all right, well, it's the same thing.
It depends on like the jokes and that are in it. Like if you can predict in a cartoon, like, okay, this is what we got to do, but if each episode like makes you laugh in a different way, I'm just like, oh, okay, then I'm fine for this. Like it's simple, but it's funny and the animation's good. Chat says that Wayne Brady plays King Dice in the show. I did not know that. So
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'd like to look up
as long as it's not overly self-aware, I'll probably enjoy it.
I just don't have any strong feelings about it. Like Cuphead is a good game, but even Cuphead on its own, I don't have any like it doesn't do anything for me. So
okay, get out.
Woo! Who saw that coming?
Our first experience, joy.
Well, no, what I was gonna say about it too. I don't know. I forgot what I was gonna say. He fucked me up. So thanks, Chris.
You're welcome.
There it is.
But no, I'm excited for that. That was what comes out February 18th.
February 18th.
2 new shows coming out in February, which is going to be pretty cool. So,
yeah.
But that's it for the icebreakers. So we're gonna go into what we got, the weeks. Chris, you haven't been here in forever, so of course you're gonna have to go first. So
That's okay.
What do you what do you want to bring up and talk about?
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about MagFest. I'm only going to cut it to 2 things for sake of Eddie's editing and whatnot.
Thank you.
Look, MagFest was good. Okay, MagFest was a lot smaller than what it has been in previous years. It was very much so a more intermittent.
Intermittent?
Right. Right now I'm running into that issue when we do the Legends Dragoon Let's Plays where I see a word, it sounds like 3 other words, and I have to think about what word I'm trying to say.
Intimate?
So it was definitely a more intimate affair.
Okay.
Without a doubt. There was less panels, there was way less people. Like usually when you go to MagFest and you're at the Gaylord, the entire bottom floor is just booked. It's just there's just people fucking everywhere.
Yeah,
bro. I was able to fucking T-pose down the fucking hall. Like there was nobody there. I
wish you had a hoverboard. You just T-pose down.
That would have been great. That would have been so fucking cool. But no, like it was a lot smaller and honestly for the better, because there were some COVID cases to break out.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, other than that, it was a really solid time. I would say like my highlights being there was the Salty Bet Live.
Oh, really?
It was like, yeah. So at midnight, some of the guys who run Salty Bet came up in fucking maid outfits, and they exposed the world to Salty Bet, and all the degenerate FGC motherfuckers are in the front half of the room, running from right to left, placing their bets on whether or not Knuckle Joe is going to beat Keo. It was just absolutely fucking amazing.
That is awesome.
The Video Game Museum or the Video Game Preservation Foundation, whatever fucking place Kelsey Lewin went over to when she sold her shares of Pink Gorilla, or maybe she just left and started doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But they had a fucking memorial service for Bubsy the cat.
Oh,
fantastic. I saw this in the Discord.
Absolutely priceless. Fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah, because you didn't follow up. Like you said, like we're going to this, and then you never said anything ever again about it. So I was like,
yeah,
what the fuck?
Like it was like there was a 10-minute eulogy given by one of the hosts, and then they open the floor to everybody else, and it's everybody having like these amazing backhanded remarks and shit like that. And like I was this close. If it wasn't for the fact that we had to run to Salty Bet, I was this close from just going up on stage and playing Good Riddance by Green Day and not saying a fucking word. Biggest regret. Next time they have something like that.
No, you'll never have another time like that. There
you'll
will never be
another
another.
bump.
No, it was lightning in a bottle, man. Missed opportunity. No, it was just interesting. There was a lot of things that happened. Just a lot. They had a fucking like party room called Come Over. I'm gonna spare you the details of what apparently went on in there, but that was a thing. CUM over.
That was a COVID hotspot. It was
that
on
was
the
a
list.
COVID hotspot. Yes, it
they
was. There was
apologized
also
for it.
another fucking hotel room where I don't know if they stole it or these dudes just brought it, but there was a Third Strike cabinet out on the balcony.
Oh, there was
yeah, it was great.
Wasn't that Kusanagi's buddy that he works with, the arcade
I think
guy?
so.
You weren't there, Scotty. You weren't there. Okay.
No, he said it in the
Megavisions thing.
Yeah, he was saying it in the Discord.
I don't know if that was his.
It's like, yeah, that's Big Rowdy Dave who mans the arcade cabs. I don't know.
I think he did say that, yeah,
or something.
Well, it was two rooms because they had two arcade cabinets back to back.
I'll find it.
I don't know if it was two rooms. I thought it was one room, and they had like the two people coming out on both sides of the fucking whatever. Not the important thing. What it really just comes down to is like that was cool as shit. And I wish I had gone up there and fucking been able to play some fucking Third Strike while overlooking all the fucking cosplayers doing their bullshit.
I have to ask you, where was the arcade this year? Because it looked like it was in the main plaza area. It was the same area?
It was in the same area. So nothing has changed as far as like the four main areas. They did close down the arcade from 4 to 8 just to alleviate the staff there because of COVID
AM
stuff. Yeah. AM in the morning. The video game museum where they had all the old cool shit.
Yeah, I remember
that closed down early. Like that was literally only from like 10 o'clock in the morning to about 6 o'clock at night.
Oh,
so
wow.
there was definitely some things that did not.
Sounds like it was staffing
open.
problems then. Like
I mean,
volunteers.
it's staffing problems. It was an audience problem. It was a COVID problem. There was just a lot of things that went along to it. And it was the first time that I went to a MagFest where I was just like, I can just play all this shit at home.
Oh no! Oh
so no! It was just like I could honestly like just do this all at home, and not anything against MagFest because they did have some really high quality panels. But anytime that there was a lull in between, Connor and I were just like, "You want to go to the arcade or the tabletop room?" And he's just like, "Sure." Or we just went out to eat. Or
how many times can you do that before you're just like, all right, let's head home. Like, let's just go back to my place.
And that's essentially what happened. Like, I was upset that I missed the first day of certain panels. But after that, like the arcade was reduced. There wasn't as many as much cabinets for the arcade.
Oh, okay.
You know, it was empty in there. They weren't having as many tournaments. They didn't do fucking Windjammers.
Oh, what? Oh, that sucks.
The indie room was small
because we weren't there. They found out.
Exactly.
That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was.
The console room was smaller, and everything that they had in the console room, I'm just like, I have this at home with a better controller. And then I have an argument. And I have an argument with the guy that's running the console room. It was just like, hey, you don't have this game. Can I bring it from home? And he's just like, no. And you can't use your fight stick. And I'm just like, fuck off, dude. Fuck off. So it was okay. I'm not mad that anyone didn't go. I would have had a lot more fun if those people did go. But, you know, it is
what it is.
I mean, it's a surprise on its own that freaking it was even still going on. You know what I mean? With everything still happening with Snowmageddon, the COVID outbreak, it was just like...
Yeah, that was the gods telling me to fuck off. That's that's what that shit was.
Maybe we can bank it, and
Um,
then Too Many Games is usually like in the summer, right?
Yeah, Too Many Games is supposed to be
Yeah.
this June. I mean, it's the next. I mean, technically, PAX East is the next thing that I'm going to, but like the next like con where we'll all be together is going to be Too Many Games, so that'll be fun.
Assuming that it's still
Assuming.
going on, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that was MagFest happened because like financially they could not host the convention.
Correct.
They
had
have
to
make up.
they had to do it. Otherwise it wouldn't be 2023.
Yeah.
Whatever we're up to now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Psychic Drive Dave. That's the guy
Psychic
that runs
Drive
Psychic
Dave.
Drive. They like supply
That's
arcade
right.
cabs, and they have arcades where in Jersey, I guess. I don't know.
I think
Well,
they're
that
based
was
in
cool
Jersey.
as shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
Um,
looking at the Too Many Games website, I don't even think they're aware of what's going on. Tickets now on sale soon. What?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean,
We'll see.
we'll probably go as vendors anyway, so we're not really going to have to pay for
Oh
anything.
yeah, we have to work at Too Many Games.
Yeah, it's a job, Corey.
No.
Your
Mhm.
But no, it's still a fun, good time. Anyway, so what exactly I've been doing? So I've been focusing a lot on like TikTok and YouTube Shorts while I'm
Yeah.
working on this GameCube video that I'm fucking doing, and I'm hoping to have that video out by early to mid February. But on my adventures, I have found a game called Cruelty Squad. You ever find like a really ugly person, but you can't look away because they're so maldeformed?
Well,
That's
I don't know
Cruelty
about
Squad.
maldeformed, but I've seen someone like that. I'm just like, oh, that's rough.
boy. I mean,
Yeah.
Eddie and I worked at GameStop for a piece, so
Yeah, well, I can't keep my eyes away from this fucking game. It is a first-person shooter in the same vein as like the really old school Rainbow Six, Tom
Oh.
Clancy games, or
Oh,
yeah,
God.
you're looking it up now. Yeah, so that's a fucking
Oh,
trip.
God.
It's like if you've ever played Snood when it first came out in the 90s, they took all of the assets and then slapped that shit on the fucking wall. It's got some of the most aggressive AI that I've ever played on
Biology
a
has
first-person
failed
shooter.
us.
Now, I'm not good at shooters, okay? So I could just be like full of shit, but I think the game is really, really hard. It's cool. It's fun to look at, but it's really, really hard. And it's supposed to be a very surreal take on hyper-capitalism, okay?
Yeah, that's one of the
So-
tags in Steam. It says capitalism.
So there are no countries. It is a corporatocracy. It is just essentially corporations warring against each other. And Cruelty Squad is either a corporation in and of itself, or they're tasked out by other corporations that seek their services. Okay.
How'd you find
play
this?
the role? Where did I find this?
Yes.
So I
The
first heard
internet.
about this game. Yes, the internet. I first heard about this game from Leon Massey. Leon Massey is a fighting game or an FGC commentator, not a commentator, but like a content creator.
Okay.
He used to do a lot of videos on just like the mechanics of fighting games, but use Guilty Gear as the framework to talk about those things.
Oh, so that's why you like
and
him.
then-
So.
I mean, yeah, immediately it's just like, oh, you're going to talk about the 7 things you can do with meter? Let's fucking go. But no, he just one day started talking. I think the topic was on difficulty in video games, or maybe even design philosophy. But Cruelty Squad was like the premier game that he was going into, and I'm like, I have to check this game out. You are this broke ass depressed loser who
Okay.
just got fired from some fucking Black Ops outfit, and this dude calls you up and he's just like, hey bitch, heard you lost your job, sucks for you. I put you in for an application at this new place. You better get your ass down there, otherwise you're going to be fucking wallowing in the debt that you fucking made for yourself. And when you go there, each mission that you do, you have to take out the heads of these corporations. When you do that, you only get $1,000. So the only other way that you are expected to make money is to play the stock market. Now, there's 3 tabs for the stock market, The first one is like normal, like S&P 500 and fucking NASDAQ. The second one is like food and shit like that. So like fish, you can trade in meat and fish. And the third one is the black market. So I've got about $600,000 shares in kidneys, and I need the kidney shares.
Can't you just fucking play Pokemon? Like Jesus, man.
My interest has never dropped so quickly when someone has told me about a video game, except
like legit, dude. Like I'm on Skype with just like I'm looking at the video, and I see like there's like a pulsing heart thing like in the corner, and that's like, what the hell is that? And I have questions about that. And then I see that the guy is fishing, or the person is fishing, and I'm like, oh, brownie points for fishing. And then like you kept on talking, and I'm just like, I checked out. I'm like, I'm done. I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
I think I might have zoned out for a minute. I can't.
It's
I don't
okay.
know.
It's okay. It's too big brain for you boys. That's really
no, because at first okay. So first of all, you look at this game and it looks like a reject PS1 first person shooter game, and then you're trying to tell me
it's ugly as shit.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh,
bro, you reload. I don't know if this mechanic has ever been in any other game. You reload by holding down the right mouse button and flicking your mouse up and down.
Ew.
Like there
there
is a
that
bar
reminds me of the game Trespasser that tried too many real life physics things just by
it was like I had to turn the sensitivity up on my mouse all the way just so I can flick it once and have the fucking reload happen, because I get into firefights and these fucking bitches like kill me straight up, and it's like I only have 5 rounds with the shotgun. I want you to reload, and I'll do the thing, and you won't do the thing. I need you to reload.
You won't do the thing.
Look, it is avant-garde.
Oh, Eddie, that blob says life on it. I just now saw it.
Oh shit! It does.
It actually says life.
That's your health meter.
Oh my god, that's
this
terrible.
game looks like somebody made a game out of the Windows 95 Maze screensaver.
A little bit. A little bit.
That is
not a little bit.
It is like
100%.
in the same vein as like Eastern Mind, as in like Total Distortion, as in LSD Dream Emulator.
I just think it's interesting that MagFest had a funeral. What did you call it for Bubsy?
And then this game exists.
And then this game, that's where the assets are.
Let me let you know that this game is infinitely better than fucking Bubsy.
Yeah,
I take that back, all right?
It's better than the Bubsy funeral. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris, before I forget about MagFest, was the Danny DeVito shrine there again?
Yes, it was.
Oh,
and
it was.
I was like, they started doing a shrine for Betty White, and they're right next to each other.
That's a little.
No. It's fine. It's fine, because the one shrine for Danny DeVito was covered in garbage, and the thing with Betty White was covered in the most wholesome ass shit I've ever fucking seen. Like donation box for money if anyone fucking needed something.
Wow.
People brought donuts. They had like little notes that were like, donuts. You could do it. I could be your friend. Like stupid ass bullshit like that.
And then Danny DeVito's was the trash man.
And Danny DeVito's the trash man. Like someone had to have like taken a box of donuts, ate the donuts, and then put the garbage on Danny DeVito's fucking shrine.
Here's my Krispy Kreme wrapper.
Yeah, man. Wow.
So no, that was the thing. It was like the yin and yang of the fucking dealer's room. It was great. Oh, those are the 2 things I did with my time. Cruelty Squad is fucking weird. Next.
Wait, do you recommend people to buy it?
I said next.
There it is.
We're over here. We're weirdos, Eddie, because we enjoy Shenmue.
I can't follow that up.
Yeah.
Who said you were weirdos?
I never said you were weirdos. I just said I don't like Shenmue.
I like farming simulators. Like, what can I'm weird as shit with what I like. So
that's not fucking weird. Like you play fucking Animal Crossing for fucking 70 hours. I wasted 6 hours playing Cruelty Squad.
And you could have stopped
after that time back.
And you could have stopped after the first 30 minutes, but
it's
because of your
curiosity.
That's exactly what I was about to say. That's exactly what I was about to say.
I'm gonna go back and beat it, and I'm not gonna like it. But I'm just gonna be. It's the experience, man. That's just.
Are we gonna get a TikTok review on this game?
It's already out.
Yeah, it's there. This sounds like the type of game that doesn't have an actual ending. It's probably gonna warp you back to the first level, like old 70s arcade.
From what I understand, they're still updating Cruelty Squad. They're adding new stages because the level of quality is so beneath the earth that they can just shit. They could just shit these fucking stages out, and it's
Yeah, I
fine.
believe
It's
that.
whatever.
That could be a way to describe ScrubVerse. The quality's so underneath the ground.
I've heard some other podcasts. I'm fairly confident in our level of quality.
It was a joke.
Mhm.
I said
Okay.
good day.
All right. Well, speaking of catastrophes that somehow are video games, what have you been playing, Corey?
That's not mean. I mean, wait, that is mean. Surprise! I played Monster Hunter. It came out on the PC, and it's really, really good. I can't.
Clap this in.
Eddie, you're gonna have to edit all that out.
Clap
Chris,
this in.
stop!
Oh, that's staying in.
Why
What are
would
you
you
talking
clap
about?
on a podcast?
Yeah.
You fucking assholes!
Thank you.
Oh well, Eddie's doing it now.
Thank you. Thank
The
you.
editor's
thank you.
doing it, so it's fine. So, jazz
Oh.
fingers. anyway, no, it's very, very good. The load times are. I'm not ready for the load times because they're so good. Like, because I mean, compared to playing it on the Switch, like where you gotta wait like a good I don't know 30 seconds for the zone to load in. The PC's just like
God,
boom,
not the 30 seconds.
dude. 30 seconds is forever. It's forever when it comes to loading into a zone, and the PC version is just like boom. But no, I bring it up because I'm not going to say it out because I'm pretty sure Eddie will talk about it, but I bring that up because of something Eddie might talk about later. So I don't know with your relation with Capcom and all that stuff. So
Yeah, right?
but no, the other thing is the more important game that I would like to say is Windjammers 2 came out. This is the best fighting game of 2022. I'm calling it right now. I don't know what other fighting games are coming out in 2022. And yes, Windjammers 2 is a fighting game. I don't care what anybody says. It is a fighting game with amazing... Dude, I'm so upset that I didn't get the soundtrack. I knew I was going to be. Scotty is just...
Yeah, fist bumping for irresponsible financial decisions.
Yee.
I know.
Scotty
but
did
no.
tell you multiple times.
He did. He
Did
totally
you at least
did.
get a physical version? Because you're gonna regret that.
I think I did. I gotta double
boy.
check. I can't remember if I did or not. So I don't know. I'll
Alright,
regret
well,
it. But no,
maybe they'll be at PAX and we'll pick you up something.
the game is fantastic. It's Scotty and I played it for TNT over on the Megavisions channel, and it's everything. I have no complaints about it so far. Like, I need to play it some more. Granted, I only played it the one night and I played it in the betas, but the new characters are great. The new stages are great. The music's great. Like, go and buy it. It's only like $20 on. It's on everything. Like, you can play
It might
this.
still be on sale until this coming Thursday because it was on sale. I don't know if that's just a launch day or a first week
It was
sale
like
or something. But
yeah, it was like a 10% sale. So instead of it being $20, it was $18. So
yeah.
yeah, and chat says it's free on Game Pass, and I think
Oh,
there's crossplay
right.
between the Game Pass version and the Steam version. So
Hey.
But-
Yes.
you guys better get ready because, dude, this is it. The only downside I think Scotty and I have found is that there isn't like a spectator mode. Like
No
maybe if you
spectator
wanted,
mode. That was the one thing I wanted from the first game.
yeah.
for
So
the
like if
first
I wanted to play ranked mode and Scotty just wanted to watch my matches, I was like, sorry, Scotty, you better watch the stream.
They're all
So-
well, yeah. There
Then
are
you hit the go live button. Yeah, that's how you
yeah,
watch it.
that's what it is.
there's no the basic like quality of life fighting stuff they don't have because there are no lobbies and there's no spectator mode.
Yeah, there is no
Um,
lobbies either.
You just
so-
rank up.
But
yeah.
no, it's very, very
But
good.
it's good.
Yeah, you need to go
Um,
check it out. There's 6 returning characters from the last game, and there's 4 new characters. We were streaming, and I was streaming. Scotty was taking a minute to get in, so I was doing some ranked matches, and I get it against this person, and on the character select screen, they're just rotating their cursor in a square pattern, like for 5 seconds. And then this character, Mr. Discman, jumps out from behind the character select like bar, and it's just like, "Hey, now you can pick me!" And I picked him, and he catches the frisbee with his butt, and he does all this other stuff. Mr. Discman is
Okay.
pretty awesome.
Mr. Discman, he looks like the DC hero Plastic Man. I think that's DC. And
Yeah, I believe
but
so.
the frisbee is his face, so he's got like he looks like the sun or something, I guess. His flat head, and I realized why I don't like him. I realized why he creeps me out, because he's basically the Windjammer's Tingle.
Yeah, he looks like I see
Tingle.
that, but
Tingle
No.
from the Zelda games, that douchebag floating around cluelessly on the balloons and stealing your rupees.
hey, that's
It's a
relevant
fairy.
because Majora's Mask is coming to the Switch Online. So
Sure. But I want to say that Windjammers is solid. I think Corey and I were having so much fun. At least I was having so much fun because I think Corey and I are equally not great at fighters. I think you've gone on record in saying that, like, of genres that you wish you were better at but still enjoy, I think fighters was yours.
yeah,
I'm not. I know fighting game mechanics, but I have never tried to be good at any of them. But this game's aesthetic pulled me in. I think though, if there's a downside of this game, it is that it is not nearly at the entry level that the first game is, because they've added some stuff that goes deep with the
Yeah.
mechanics now.
it's like
So,
you're getting thrown into the deep end, and you better learn to swim. So
yeah. There's some trash moves in there that you can do now, like the bop and the spiking, just being a douchebag. But
yeah, so there's two moves that you can do in this one where it's like I think it's called the slap and the knockback. So if you do the slap, it
Yeah.
slaps the frisbee like over the net, like very just barely over the net. So if your opponent's not up on the net or doesn't anticipate it, it's just gonna fall on the ground, and then you'll either get like 2 or 4 points. And then the other one, which is the knockback, is if you hit the frisbee at just the right time with this one button, you don't have to catch it. You basically just slap it back at your opponent at double speed. And if you can
those are
learn
kinda the
that
same
thing's pretty
button.
awesome.
I think those are the same button. The other move I was talking about though is the spike, where you can jump now, and with that you can jump and grab it and throw it down and have it like wheel into the thing like a tire, or you
Yeah.
can just fucking spike it and you get a point for it
Landing on the ground. Yeah,
and the opponent not hitting it back, which is total horseshit. It's man.
it's
But
good.
it's still good. The animations are good. It really does feel like the same game again, which is good. Which I know that was like half the development, if not more, of the development time, is they wanted to make it feel like a 27-year-old game still, and
Yeah.
not
I just want to.
upgrade it, not change it too
Jesus,
much.
has it been 27 years since the first Windjammers?
Yes.
Crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
90s.
Also, I want to know what
Fuck.
happened to Steve Miller, because he only has one eye in this game. So
Yeah, some shit.
his
He
eye
saw
poked
some
out.
shit.
I guess.
He in the Windjammers War of 98.
What did I
or
say on
something.
the stream, Scotty? I was like, he's looking like some Skies of Arcadia shit. So...
He does, yeah. He
You
looks
said
exactly
Steve
like
Miller,
Vice.
and I was like, the band?
No,
Not his pants, nope.
I was like, that's such a
No.
like weird transition. We're talking about Windjammers, and you're like, I wonder what happened to Steve Miller. And I'm like, the Joker? Like,
Midnight.
I wonder what happened to him.
But that's
Trying to
really
find just a copyright date, but it's not on here.
that's all I really had to talk about. That's all. I mean, besides school and all that stuff, I haven't really been like looking into the other stuff. So those were the things I did with my free time this week. I said next.
every time hype.
So-
Hey,
I
did,
mean, we
Scotty.
finished Mega Man Legends, so you can tease that for people.
that's true. We did finish it.
Oh.
Well, that episode should have already come out before this podcast, but yeah, we did finish it. So go check it out over
Hey,
on.
hey,
we're that much
Hey,
on.
final
So-
thoughts? Final thoughts on it?
Yeah,
It's a fine game. Controls are garbage, but it's a fine story. I like the story. It's Saturday morning cartoon is what
It's
is.
a great game. What are you talking about? It's Mega Man Legends, brought to you by Capcom. Okay, it's
Okay.
a fantastic game.
Oh, okay. I didn't know this was gonna bleed over into this. Yeah, so is Asura's Wrath, and so is everything else.
Right. Final
Yeah.
Fight
What-
Streetwise.
What does my script say? Hold on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What's the ad say?
I got
Okay.
it right here.
All right, Scotty, what's up, man? What have you been up to?
yeah. We finished Mega Man Legends. I want to say that the voiceover work in that game is way better than it should be, and that's, I think, what holds that game together. I think that's what
Data
kept
is a
you going,
god.
for one thing.
Data's a god.
Data is God. That's not a joke.
It's not. It's really scary.
Yeah.
There's some
Yeah.
ominous scenes with him. So
Right. Yeah, no, I haven't done much because, my fun 50-hour work weeks has basically been this month. So I was going to get my hair cut on Monday, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to just fucking go because I got to get out of the house. And I forgot it snowed because I don't leave the house anymore. And so shoveled off my car, and I got in there, and Corey and Chris know how my driveway is behind a unit of duplexes. It's just gravel, and the roads were shoveled. But so I was like, fucking whatever. I just need to get out of the house. And I back up, and then I cruise down. And by that, I mean, I like basically fishtailed down my driveway. And then I'm like driving around. I'm like, it's daylight now. When I get back from my haircut, it's going to be dark. And so I just drove around my street and drove back into my driveway and parked my car and went back inside.
Next.
Yeah,
that's funny.
It got pretty bad because there's also I don't know if we ever went down that road that's adjacent to my street or perpendicular, but like when you come in the other side of the driveway, there's houses down this hill. So if I came in at a wrong angle, I would have just kept going into those houses.
Yeah,
so I was
into
like,
a house.
I'm having this much trouble in the daytime. Fuck the night.
Yeah,
that's what they say, right? No, I mean I didn't really put much else. What's that? Yeah,
it's a pretty steep hill because Chris and I have walked up it multiple times. So.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Well, regardless, though, it was stupid, but I thought it was a fun story. So, oh, and then when I parked and I texted, or I called the hair salon and I was like, "Hey, I'm canceled." They replied back with a text because it's just one lady that hurts her own business. She's like, "Oh, your appointment wasn't actually today; it's tomorrow." I'm like, she's like, "I'm glad you didn't make it all the way out here."
That would have been so badly. Oh, that would have made the story better.
Yeah,
man,
that would have been great.
Man, oh man, so dumb. But
well, there you go.
No, I mean, I don't know. Like yesterday, I played some games a little bit. I finally sat down with Knuckles Chaotix and happily played that with my wireless Genesis controller.
You're so happy
really
about
cool.
that thing.
And so now the 32X is in the living room and it's staying there because the main reason it wasn't is because it was a fire hazard halfway across the living room. So with like 16 cables coming out of it.
Trip hazards, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you on that. So.
That game is weird. It's fun, but it's weird. And I'll blame the alcohol, I guess, but I was playing it for like an hour and a half and then I backed out because my pizza showed up. Rachel's not home right now. Can you tell? This is my life right now.
This guy, every time he tells me, every time he sits down to eat, he's like, "I got potato chips and pizza," and I was like, "This is like a toddler."
I poured it on him.
Yeah, like. Although I saw your post and you put like cut slices of banana in your cereal in the morning, that's pretty interesting. I've never seen that before.
Pretty interesting. What fucking listen, Arkansas. That's not so out of the blue for people.
No, I have never seen that before. I've seen peanut butter. People will put a dollop of peanut butter in like the side of it.
What?
Cereal?
Yeah, like they'll put it on the side of their bowl, so whenever they like eat the cereal, they can grab some peanut butter too.
Fancy.
So, yeah.
No, I just had Cheerios and I cut up a banana and I had some toast and I had an OJ.
No, the weird.
Okay, I will never fucking
weird.
indulge anything with you guys ever again that I've never seen before. Because fuck my asshole, apparently.
Culinary
Jesus
master
Christ.
over there.
Yeah.
Would you fuck you, Scotty?
I mean, I was just the joke that I was gonna go with is like that is like the most old man fucking breakfast ever because like I grew up watching my grandfather do that shit. It's like I see old people do that because they can't have like sugary things, so they have to spice up their food by like adding things together. But fucking peanut butter on your fucking cereal, that just sounds like
I don't know. That's a lot.
Eddie, you're my friend, right? What have you been doing?
Oh, I just wanted to mention one.
Putting bananas in my cereal. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Now, is that weird or something? Because I've always
not at all. Honestly, I don't think it's weird. When I saw it, I was like, yeah, because I probably did that like 2 days ago. To be completely honest and stuff like that. It's something that I grew up on. I mean, but it was so Frosted Flakes, right? It's a perfect example of what I can talk about. My mom would never get us like Frosted Flakes or anything like that. We'd always get like the generic of the cereal. So we got cornflakes, like Kellogg's cornflakes,
Tasty
right?
Flakes.
But she would jazz it up by adding peanut butter, sugar, syrup, chocolate, whatever, and then milk. So it became like this like breakfast Sunday cereal bowl.
Oh shit!
You know what I mean? So
it's like when people say, "I like coffee,"
shit. Because I was like, if anything, I'd give him shit because like, dude, you did bare minimum. You should have done more.
Yeah.
there wasn't enough.
I wasn't giving him shit. I just never seen it before, and I thought it was a good idea. So fuck you.
Well, yeah.
I like
know.
bananas.
It boggles my mind when you, who is going to school for food, has not seen something with food. That confuses
man.
me sometimes. That's
Hey,
not an
man.
insult. I'm just like,
We're always learning.
Oatmeal. It's like cookies and oatmeal. You guys don't put your cookies in oatmeal?
What?
I don't really eat much oatmeal. If I do anything in
Cookies and
oatmeal, I'll throw some
oatmeal?
jelly into it because it has
Cookies
like
and
a barely
oatmeal?
flavor in it.
You get oatmeal, a nice little bowl, warm bowl of oatmeal, and you get Oreos or Chips Ahoy, and you mash them in there. It's fucking delicious.
Oh. Hmm.
No,
Okay.
I think the extent of it was, and this is let me first say I apologize, Corey, because like I guess this is the closest thing I'm gonna get to it. But like I used to put when I was like really building when I was in the Marine Corps, I would put oatmeal. I mean, I would put peanut butter in my oatmeal to mix it up, and then I learned about PB2 because it cuts out the fat but still has the peanut flavor, and I just mix that into my fucking oatmeal along with my protein powder. But no, I've never heard of putting cookies in oatmeal. I was raised by old people, so sugar is bad.
Right.
Nah.
That's weird because usually all the old people I meet, they're like, sugar it up! Like,
They're not trying to live long, I guess. I don't know.
many of
I
them
know what to
don't
tell
around
you.
here. There's a lot of
Yeah.
diabetes. So
Diabetes.
Yeah, we try to stay away from the diabetes. So-
I'll end my portion by saying so that Knuckles Chaotix cartridge is used, so there's a couple save files on it. So I picked the one that said no save. I was like, all right, let me start a fresh new game. Hour and a half later, I back out and it says no save, and I'm like, oh, that's the free for all file that does not save. Fuck this.
wait, is that like a thing, or is that just like a glitch with that, or was there a free? There's
No,
like
that's a thing.
It's a thing.
Oh.
So like Sonic 3 and Knuckles or Sonic 3, their save file all the way on the right-hand side, there's going to be a little block that says no save, and that just allows you to play the game. You turn it off, and everything goes away.
Oh, okay.
That's
Gotcha.
the little brother's file, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah. You gotta learn the hard way. Like, apparently.
Yeah. No, but that game, I tell you what, though, like, this is very me talking about a 20-some, almost 30-year-old game, but, like, that's the first game in a long time where hours later I find myself humming the soundtrack because it just gets stuck in your head. It's such a good soundtrack. It's one of the best soundtracks no one's ever heard. Or no one's ever played. I don't know.
It's like the Anarchy Reign soundtrack.
Well,
I would argue that that's the only good thing about Knuckles Chaotix.
Oh, it's a rough game.
It is difficult to get through, man.
Yeah, especially when I was playing through and it like shuffles the levels and then you can see your progress and there's 5 fucking acts to each zone and
Oh my
I'm
god.
like, that's too much.
So I think I was watching a let's play, or really more or less a playthrough, because when I work, sometimes I'll turn on World of Long Plays, and they'll just like for the next hour to 3 hours they'll play a game. And Knuckles Chaotix took them like 2.5 hours to beat. Like, it's a long fucking bitch.
Yeah. For how little diversity there is. It's not the best mapped levels either, but I don't know. Cast of characters and the soundtrack is cool, and that's about what it's got going for it.
Cool.
Something about those bonus levels also captivates me. But yeah.
bonus levels.
Bonus, that's me.
All right, Eddie, you're up for reals this time.
For reals? Oh,
For
what are we
reals,
talking about? Do you guys want me to talk about the Amazon panty sniffer?
Yes.
I was gonna
First-
say,
first- yeah,
I was
go
gonna
ahead.
say, like, even though we each try to only discuss one thing, that the Amazon confessionals does not count. That's
Yeah, that's
okay,
like a given.
gotcha.
Like, yeah.
Okay, got it. So it's funny too because like first, like Chris, like I don't know if you heard last week's podcast. It's like sucks that you weren't there for those stories that we were talking
Those
about
stories were
last
great.
week.
I'll
the
go back
monster-
and I'll give it a listen.
Oh, dude, yeah, Abuelita's monster dildo.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about and stuff like that. So,
I put sexy grandmas in the podcast description.
yeah, sexy grandmas. So no, like I work in the returns department over at for Papa Bezos and whatnot, right? And like when we get the items, like there's a protocol, there's a way of things that we have to go about to make sure that the item is either 1, sellable, or 2, needs to get destroyed. When it comes down to clothes, a lot of people try on the clothes, and if they don't like it, they send it back. It's just what it is, right? And so we typically have to look for certain things. Does it have any hair? Does it have any lint? Is it stained? Does it smell? Is there a tear in it? Blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
Often more than times, everything is pretty much noticeable right off the back. Like you could be like, oh, okay, like blah, 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 like this, that, even when it comes down to odors, right? Like if somebody who's a chain smoker or something like that puts on a shirt and they send it back, you're going to smell it like right off the back. And the mask doesn't help. Like it just like, it seems to like.
You got to put it even closer.
You know what I mean? So, there's a guy that actively like sniffs the shit out of everything. And I had heard about him, but I had never seen him until like he worked like in front of me. So the way it goes, it's like we get put into like what they call Monopoly, right? We go in, they scan your badge, and then they assign you to a station. That's how you kind of like end up like doing your thing. If I happen to walk in with like a group of people, then it's most likely that group of people are going to end up in the same section, which is what like what I've been doing, kind of like hang out with like the same folks and whatnot, like blah, blah, blah.
Gotcha, yeah.
But there was this one day where it just kind of like happened, like I think it was Tuesday, that it's just like I happened to walk in, like I didn't see any of the familiar faces, and I was just like, man, it's almost like time to start a shift, so I'm just going to go ahead and walk on in. And I walk in, I get assigned to the station, and then the panty stiffer gets assigned to the other station.
Oh, no.
Not knowing what he was, right, and stuff like that. So
yeah,
we're there doing our thing. We're there doing our thing, and like we're just like moving the boxes and stuff like that. Like I'm not talking to him. I'm like listening to music and stuff like that. He's doing his own thing, and then he gets like this box, and it's just like full of just like lingerie out of the package, like out of like everything. Yeah, like and like you know, and I'm just like. And I'm just like, you know, like whatever, like not minding my business. And I see him, and like it's like, and I should have like known, like where this is going.
Chub over there.
Yeah, like I should have known where this was going because like he like lifts, like opens the box, and he's just like looks around, looks back at the box, looks around, looks back at the box, and he's like, all right, kind of like it's go time, baby. Yeah, and so I'm like
what
doing my thing. Yeah, I'm doing my thing, like whatever, like la la la. And I see him doing the motions, but it's like everything is slowed down in a bunk. The process is like something comes in, it's just kind of like you have to do everything with this like in less than 30 seconds, right? Like that's the process. Like you have to do everything in less than 30 seconds. This dude is literally like picking up the item, holding it up,
relishing,
checking to make sure if it's counterfeit or not.
Yeah,
come on,
like he's like relishing it, and he's just like folding it up, and like, and I'm just like, what is he doing? Like, and I'm looking at everything, so I'm like kind of doing my thing and just like kind of staring at him at this point, and I'm just, what the fuck is this guy doing and shit? Because he's like just admiring, and then just he does the
oh no,
brings it in close and does like the big whiff and a good sigh, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
You found him. You found the white whale.
And I'm just like, holy shit. And so
Eddie's like, that's the one they were talking about.
Yeah, and I was just
he
like,
who shall not be named.
Shit, what the fuck? And so like, yeah, and then he folds it, puts it in a bag, puts it in the tote, and then rinse and repeat. Yeah, rinse and repeat. And so like the dude like had like a good like solid 30 minutes of this big box of lingerie.
Oh my
and like
God.
he was just going to town on them. And I was like,
that's the happiest day that dude's had in a long time. I can tell you that right now.
The thing, like I said, like it's not even like, it doesn't even have to be like that bad. Like, bro, if you got a thing, like more power to you, but not at work. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like everybody's watching, like everybody's there, dude. There's like 200 plus people here, dude. Like, come on now. Like,
did he take his mask down?
No.
Oh,
That's
okay.
like,
okay.
Yeah, no. He's like, I mean, that's a whole different beast right there. But even then, like I said, I've talked about how I've gotten cases of lingerie before, and it's like a stripper package because like it has a smell. Like obviously they were used and stuff like that. Yeah. But like as soon as you open the box, it's like you get the whiff of it, and I'm like, oh, here it is. I already know what I have to do.
Yeah.
So this guy is just like, oh yeah, he knows exactly what he's got. He knows exactly what he's doing.
He's following protocol.
So he's following protocol and doing what he has to do and stuff like that. But I just thought, I was just like, Jesus. And I don't know if there's going to be a time where I'm not surprised of the things that happen there. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm talking about, like, I've seen couples happen and I've seen couples break up that have like built on Amazon and stuff like that. And when I say it's high school,
you've only been there like 4 months.
And in 4 months, there's a lot that's happened. I'm telling you, dude, like I've talked to you because like I said, Amazon has helped me realize a lot. And one of the big things that has helped me realize is my age and like where I'm at now. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the kids that like work there, the young kids are like either fresh out of high school or in college, like, just trying to figure things out. But the majority of the time, they're just like, so how many numbers have you gotten? Like, hey, who are you talking to? Like, hey, have you seen the girl that works on like lane 7? And I'm just like, bro, I'm just let me eat my sandwich, dude.
I have demons in my brain, sir. Get away from me.
Dude, that reminds me of when I was working at a call center, and the guy in front of me was relatively new. We had our cubicles, even though we didn't really need to have actual cubes.
Yeah.
But like the guy in front of me was telling his buddy to the left, he's like, "What?" Or no, the buddy to the left was like, "What did she just say to you?" And he was like, she was telling me that someone else was noticing me and saying that I was cute or something. And he's like, "Oh, what did you say to her?" He's like, "I'm here to make money."
I've got a mortgage. Like,
no, it's legit wild, but it's like so true. Like, it's like people talk about it, and like you see them, you see like the little groups. Like I remember, like I was like laughing because there was this like dude, like he's in college, he's an athlete. Like you could tell that like he was like built. He played football or something like that in high school, and he was just there like minding his own business, doing work. And like these like two girls just like walk on in like to the same area that we're in, and they're just like, "Well, hi. So hey, what's your name? Like we saw you over on the other aisle." And I'm just like, the fuck is going on?
Sounds
here?
like it's high school,
it's a hookup spot, dude. It's a hookup spot, and a lot of people do it.
God.
And I'm not saying it's just the kids. There's some señoras, there's some ladies there that are like
sexy grandmas.
Know what they like they know what they're there for and what they're doing and stuff like that. And I remember that when I was there.
Might say there are a lot of cougars in the Amazon.
Hey,
I'm gonna kill you, Scotty.
Yeah, but
that's the thought went into that one.
It's been funny.
Sure.
It's been interesting, like working there, and like I said, I don't think I'm waiting for the one, like I don't think this is ever gonna top anything story type of deal, right? But it is what it is.
Well, you're required to bring more stories every week, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know how that's gonna fare because I, now I'm looking for, on a completely unrelated note, I'm looking for another job because I am the panty sniffer. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
but
what?
Yeah,
I was about to lose my shit. I was like, "You got me, you motherfucker!"
Like, fuck. No. It's been fun.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
PS,
No,
I'm the PS.
Yeah, I'm the PS. Yeah, I'm the PS. But it's there's always going to be something there, so that's great. And then to move on to progress with the week and stuff like that. The big thing is that this week, I got accepted into the Capcom Creator Program, which is freaking wild. We were talking about this last week at the end of the podcast, and we were just kind of saying like, I don't know how the selective process is. I don't know what's going on. I was talking to a couple of the other members and whatnot and stuff like that because apparently some are saying that they are getting rejection letters too.
Okay.
So if you haven't gotten a rejection letter, there's like a chance, I guess, that they'll call you in.
I've also been seeing looks like because it's not just for Twitch streamers, but it's been seeing a lot of Twitch streamers getting accepted. So we were wondering like, is there anything for YouTube or anything like that? So apparently there is, but it's just not as common as the Twitch stuff.
Well,
so
the way, go ahead, Scotty.
Should we say what it is first? Because I did not know what this was until you said that you got it. To be honest.
Yeah, you can give us a rundown on what it is.
Oh, I don't know. So
no, it's you, Eddie, because we're not in it.
So basically, Capcom USA put out a tweet where they were saying they're looking for content creators. That's basically the gist of what they said. They're like, show us your stuff, show us your channel, blah 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 blah, and you can do whatever you like, and we'll see where we go from there. So there's really like no like big heavy details on what exactly this program is, and even now that I'm involved in it, it's still in the early stages. All I can tell you though is that it's not only for streamers, because it does feature people that work on YouTube videos, that stream on YouTube and Twitch. And I think the one that stood out to me was the one where like they heavily emphasize on cosplayers as well. So anything that's like Capcom related and you want to show your support for Capcom and you want to be like, hey, I want to be affiliated with Capcom, like sign up for this application.
Oh, that was perfect for Super Ninbao then, because he of his Wily dress.
Yeah, because he did the Wily stuff and stuff. Yeah, so that's basically what it was and stuff like that. And so, and of course, like once you're like you're there, like they go through this whole spiel and stuff like that. They're like blah blah blah,
the
like
onboarding,
this and that, like yada yada, and the onboarding stuff like that, and it tells like this is the beginning stages, like yada yada yada, and eventually in the long run there will be more perks and more information regarding events, yada yada, and stuff like that. So I know I'm not the only one. There's a couple of other people that are part of the team that have gotten keys for Monster Hunter Rise, which that was, I'm telling you, like I said this to Scott and Corey. I was just like, I swear if I get to take it into the program, the first thing they're gonna do is have me play Monster Hunter Rise.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, it's just like, hey, welcome to the program. Oh, thank you very much. Like, would you be interested in Monster Hunter Rise? And I'm just like, absolutely. Yes, I am. Let's go.
So guess who's doing a stream with Eddie?
Yeah, so the first thing I reached out to Corey. I was like, hey, Corey, so I kind of need a squad for Monster Hunter Rise. You want to do some stuff?
You're lucky I just got like the end game shit, so I can carry you all the way up to there. So.
Yeah, so there it is. So basically, that's what it is. A lot of people are putting in their applications. A lot of people have been called up and stuff like that, from affiliates to partners to regular cosplayers and stuff like that. And it's been wild just kind of seeing all of this happening, because like I'd never been involved or a part of something like this, let alone with like Capcom. Nor did I expect it to be something like that. But there is, I think the interesting thing about it too was like, and I mentioned this to you, Corey, how I was like talking to Tragic on Twitch regarding a few things and whatnot, because this is a big opportunity for a lot of things that can happen, not only for like the channel or myself and stuff like that, but there is a code of conduct that like Capcom holds up to. And so it's like kind of like certain things where I have to be like, and I think we talked about this last time when you guys had presented the idea of me joining Megavisions. And I was just like, I think, Scotty, you're like, well, you're going to have to kind of like turn the loot a little bit down. And I was just like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. But now that it's like someone like Capcom's like, well, you kind of have to turn that shit down. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's fine. Like, I'm not gonna argue.
You gotta have a big company tell you to do it.
Yeah, like I was like, that's all right. Like, yeah, fuck it. So it's like it's interesting, like the way that things go about it. But yeah, I'm excited to be a part of the program. We're celebrating this week with Capcom Appreciation Week. We did Street Fighter V yesterday. We're gonna be doing Resident Evil 2 today. And then we got just a bunch more, including Monster Hunter Rise and some Mega Man X4 to cap off the week. And but yeah, it's exciting stuff. Yeah, it's exciting stuff. Go ahead, sorry.
What version of RE2 are you playing?
The remake.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
The remake. It goes back to the whole thing, and I don't want to like how do I say it? There's a portion in the code of conduct where it says we don't talk about like illegal activity. And like that like could be such a broad like statement of things, right? Mm-hmm. But when in the sense of it, when it comes down to it, it's just like that probably could also include emulation. And I'm just kind of like, you know what I mean? So that kind of also puts a lot of like, well, now what can I play? You know what I mean? Regarding Capcom and stuff like that, because I was just like, oh, okay, well now it's
welcome to partnerships.
It's one of those things where I'm just like, okay, so most of the stuff, like that's what I was talking about it yesterday, when I was just like, I think I might just sign up for PS Now, because I got a lot to go through at Capcom. I got the Resident Evil games digitally, I got Mega Man games digitally, I got a lot of Capcom stuff, Strider and whatnot that I can play. But then I was like, okay, but after a while it's going to be like I'm going to need more. So the good thing is that there is a lot of digital stuff that I can get easily, or just like sign up for a program like PS Now and then be like, bam, you have access to DMs, to Devil May Cry, you have access to Lost Planet, you have access to all of this stuff and whatnot. Plus, like I said, good.
I was gonna say, I can tell you that if you end up liking Monster Hunter and you get into it, then that's many hours of streams that you can do. So,
and there's Monster Hunter World and all. What do you mean if I get into it? Monster Hunter Rise is fantastic, dude. I've been Monster Hunter day one, sir. Day one.
Lord.
Chris,
how much is Vince McMahon paying you?
Star. Let's go back to Phantasy Star Blue Burst.
Okay, fuck it.
Chris never left.
I'm level 200, baby.
Yeah.
There you go.
Jesus Christ.
Speaking of carrying people, yeah.
Well, congratulations to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
I said, it's go ahead.
I don't want to sound cynical, but this is, at first in my mind, I was like, oh, Capcom just doesn't want to do marketing anymore for their own stuff. But then also it kept the hamster did not fall off, and I thought, like, this is essentially a Capcom internship for you,
a little bit,
in a sense.
Yeah.
You know,
because I have to carry myself as an ambassador of the company too. You know what I mean? That's what it really comes down to and stuff like that. And like I said, like I didn't think too much of it at first. I was just like, oh, okay, this is cool. And then like Tragic on Twitch like reaches out to me. She's like, hey Eddie, I have a level of respect for you, and I want to just kind of let you know how big this thing is. And I'm just like, holy shit, thank you for letting me know. Like, because like, yeah, it was just like I didn't really think about it until she like sat down and was just like, look, like this could be huge things for you. And I'm just like, yeah, you're fucking right. You're fucking right. So like, no, there's a lot of things that are going to be like happening and changing and stuff like that. I thought the one thing that was interesting too was remember, was it like a couple of months ago when Capcom had released the you can't use their copyright stuff like for like emotes and stuff like that, or like certain things like you can't do all that
now.
It was presented in like the support, like, so what is it like with the emote stuff, like blah, 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 like can we use it, can we not use it, like blah blah, this and this and that, and there's still no answer to it. I'm just like,
of course not.
Like, so what is it? Where's the middle ground? Like, why can't we get a definitive answer? But either way, it's
the answer is they don't know.
Yeah. So, but no, it is what it is. It's fun stuff. It's great seeing all the people there, all the familiar people. Like I said, like Super Ninbow's there, Tragic on Twitch. Ash Says Hi is on there, Aurora Visage. Like, there's just a lot of good people from the retro communities, all different communities too, and just getting to meet them and like everybody just like embracing and celebrating Capcom. And like I said, seeing that they're also like, oh, I got a key for Monster Hunter Rise and stuff like that, like la la la. And so I'm just like, all right, cool. And I think it's funny too because it is on PC, so I guess I'm becoming a PC gamer now, right?
No, no, you're not. You don't play one PC game and become a PC gamer, motherfucker.
I am now.
I think Capcom
PC
said
Monster Hunter Rise. Let's go.
I think they said they were going to try to target PC more, if I recall correctly.
I'm fine with it because if they take stuff off the Switch with those load times and the resolution and stuff, this game looks phenomenal on the PC. I like it. I'm very impressed. So
they're also excited for you, Eddie.
Yeah, the dogs, you hear them in the back, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it off because I don't know when they're going to stop. But yeah, that's been my week.
I was going to say Capcom was on par with Sega for me for a while. So if you need ideas of like stuff that's not current but somewhere digitally, like I just thought like something I don't think you've mentioned ever an interest in, but Okami is a game that could definitely eat up your time. But that's
also like 50 hours.
Game.
Yeah, Okami has been brought up a lot, and like I said, I want to say more, but I don't know what's going on outside, so I'm going to cut off my mic.
All right, we're going to break then. We're going to do about a 10-15 minute break. We'll come back, and we'll come back with the news. We got a pretty big news article we got to talk about, so we'll see y'all in a bit. We're out.
Are we back?
I apologize. We had to wait for Mike Jolly Rancher to finish.
That, and I had to stuff my fat face. So
Oh, I forgot to shove something with Capcom on the screen for us to come back to, but that's all right.
Oh,
That's
there
right.
you go. All right. We weren't really gonna have a news article this week until this happened because we were just like, what the fuck is going on? So, but I'm gonna let
It's
Chris.
It's
wild.
arguably one of the biggest things in video games ever. So
So I'm just gonna run down on the spiel.
Do it.
No shit. Microsoft has bought or is planning to buy Activision Blizzard for $70 billion. So we know that this deal is going to be the biggest one in the industry, far eclipsing what they did previously with Bethesda and ZeniMax Studios, which means now that Microsoft will now have exclusive access to IPs like Call of Duty, Crash Bandicoot, World of Warcraft, Overwatch, and much, much more. Caveat on that Call of Duty, because apparently Sony and Microsoft is working out a deal where certain IPs will be cross-platform. Just, I guess, out of a respect. And there's more to that as well.
Yeah. What I wanted to say before we move on, it feels like Microsoft is really trying to make themselves feel like look like the good guy, like in the console wars, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Console wars don't exist anymore. Get that shit out of here.
yeah,
There's more to that. It's like
Tell the fanboys.
what it comes down to is like nobody can do anything at this point against Microsoft. And
Not really.
I'll get to that soon. So Microsoft says that the purchase will further strengthen their so-called metaverse, which is the nascent world of virtual and augmented reality. They've coined the term metaverse way before Facebook started talking about a metaverse, and this is just how all of the elements within the technological world are connected to each other. This purchase would also make Microsoft, I think they still stand as the third largest company in the world. But they're second to Apple at the moment, who is second to Tencent. So it's like Tencent, Apple,
Gotcha.
Microsoft, and
Sony's
it's
still
just
above them too.
Mm,
No, they are.
they are okay.
Yeah, Sony's still above them. I mean, PlayStation is not, even though I think PlayStation is its own company, but like Sony is above Microsoft still.
Okay. There's more to that. So this purchase puts Microsoft at a clear advantage over Sony, who only made waves either last year or the year before with their purchase of Insomniac Games. This purchase has been raising a lot of concerns with journalists and industry leaders and pretty much everyone else, where it's just like, where's the Federal Trade Commission in this?
Yeah.
Like analyzing this purchase.
Because there's a lot of hot shit happening with Blizzard and Activision right now.
It's not even just that, right? Because those lawsuits are not going to be affected.
Right.
One, they've got a year to a year and a half to settle all that bullshit before Bobby Kotick leaves. Two, Phil Spencer has said that they are not going to interfere with any of the lawsuits that are currently happening. What the problem is that Microsoft moving in the direction of having a distinct advantage within the gaming industry. Not saying that they have a monopoly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you own 40 to 50% of the industry and all the companies sit under your umbrella, that's a problem, because that means that you have an unfair advantage. And so I've heard people trying to rally the Congress to get the Federal Trade Commission to analyze and investigate this purchase, because it's a big fucking deal.
I'm surprised they didn't beforehand, because
they don't have to.
Well, I guess
So
they don't have to, yeah.
Those commissions, like all of those commissions, are more likely than not reactive commissions. Anytime that there's an investigation that goes on, whether it's the intelligence agency, whether it's the FTC, whether it's the FCC, a lot of those are reactive, not proactive. Gotcha. So, all of this was backroom deals between Bobby Kotick and Phil Spencer and their two parties. And then when they announce it, that this is what they were going to do, then a lot of other conversations begin popping up. Because it's not just things that are going on within the gaming industry. Now people at Google and Apple are just like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because
It's a big thing.
It's a big thing. They're taking over one of the largest facets of the technological industry, which is gaming. It makes the most money on a year after year basis. So you've got that. Sony can't really keep up with that because they're sitting on $2.1 trillion in debt. So they can't buy shit. That's the reason why you haven't heard any big moves coming out of Sony. Now, I personally think that Sony's going to be okay because they've got a lot of organic IPs that they've been building at Santa Monica Studios and all the other studios that fall under them. Right. And it was really Microsoft that was sitting back with absolutely nothing for the last 5 years up until recently.
That's what makes it so crazy that they did this big, huge power move where it's just 5 years ago, you're just like, what's Xbox doing?
It's not just that. It's just that it's happening so fucking fast.
Yeah.
It's year after year, because last year we were talking about how they have access to everything Bethesda, and they've no shit says and it's like, no, you'll get Deathloop, Sony, and then that's it, and then everything else is going to stay Microsoft. And now you're taking Activision Blizzard, which I feel like people on this podcast are just immediately going to think to Blizzard titles like Overwatch and World of Warcraft, because I think that we have a slight connection to Blizzard titles, at least more me and Corey do. But Activision is huge. Activision has an entire roster of IPs that haven't been used in 15 years. And that's a huge
We're going to get new Tony Hawk games. We're going to get new Guitar Hero games. We're bringing back the early 2000s is what we're doing.
And not only that, the thing about it is it's it opens up the idea of other potential remakes or reboots or continuations of things, like how they did the Crash Bandicoot new game, which is Crash Bandicoot 4, was it? The one that came out?
You do that with some banjo.
It's exactly. And that's what people are talking about. It's just the idea that Rare is under Microsoft, and now you have the developer that did a good quality platform in the Spyro trilogies. And Crash Bandicoot, they can work on something like Banjo, and it's just I don't know. It's wild. It's crazy. There's what you're talking about, Chris, is to me, I didn't even think about it until you pointed it out right now. But it's some big shit for sure.
It absolutely is. And the thing is, it's this may not be the only power move that Microsoft tries to do. I mean, granted, they have 12 to 16 months to make this deal work, and all parties are participating in it, right? But this is $70 billion of $130 billion that they've had in their war chest, which they originally tried using to purchase TikTok and Discord. Now, those deals fell through. And Microsoft has since tried to beef up Microsoft Teams to match the quality of Discord. TikTok is TikTok now. The US side of TikTok is working independently, so not, and you can have an entire other fucking conversation about that shit. But it may not necessarily be over. Xbox within Microsoft, I don't know if it has already grown to be the largest subsidiary of Microsoft, but if it's not, motherfucker, it's getting there.
Yeah.
And they just might be dumping more and more and more into it because gaming has been pushing the innovation of all these technological advances that we've been seeing with AR and virtual reality. That's the first thing that most people are going for. You have Facebook, it's just we have the metaverse. Here's the space. You can have meetings and shit like that. And Microsoft is just you want to live fucking Vietnam?
Just oh god, no.
Shit
we can do that for you in Minecraft now.
they have the three crafts now. They have StarCraft, they have Minecraft, and they have fucking Warcraft. Let's go.
I saw that Gravity Falls thing too.
What?
That was a meme that somebody put, and he goes, "Finally, I have them all." And it's a scene where one of the characters has 3 books, but it says StarCraft, Warcraft, it's what you just said.
Oh,
all
very
the crafts,
well. So great minds think alike.
Uh,
So again, this people, a lot of people were asking in the early days of this purchase being announced, what happens to Bobby Kotick? He has confirmed that he's leaving. Thank God. But that does give him 12 to 18 months of getting a free fucking paycheck and not having to answer to anybody, because all he has to do is sit on it. You know? And Blizzard has been doing a really good job of just bullying California's Congress and investigators into not fucking saying anything. Will they be able to stop this union that's happening? I don't know. because there's a union being organized within Activision Blizzard, and I don't know if the higher ups are trying to fight that, and Microsoft is just like, yeah, sure, I don't give a fuck. So
yeah, you can do that. That's I text my buddy that works for Blizzard, and I was just like, hey, I guess you work for Microsoft now. He goes, yeah, fucking apparently. Like because he didn't I was like, did you know anything about it? And he's like, not a clue about it, this thing, man. It was crazy.
Unless they send out a company-wide email, there's no reason to let everybody know.
No, and they wouldn't send that out until it was public knowledge.
Official,
so.
Yeah.
But again, this opens up the possibilities to new IPs being opened up, like StarCraft, like Hexen, like Guitar Hero, like King's Quest.
Hexen, holy shit.
Hexen,
right,
man, yeah.
Okay, maybe I'm the only one that likes Hexen. Fuck you guys.
I mean, the only Hexen experience I have is with the Nintendo 64.
That's like on the level of references I make anymore.
You should be proud of me.
I just it caught me off guard.
You should be happy that at least we knew what Hexen was, as opposed to like, what the hell is Hexen?
Why is this being turned around on me?
Well, you'll get there eventually in your N64 journey, Eddie.
Thank you.
Oh, I know.
No. Well, what's funny is Phil Spencer specifically said like he's interested in those IPs. It's not just like some representative. Phil Spencer's like, nah, let's see what they got. Like, I'm more excited about that than anything else. Like, we could get some shit that we haven't seen in years. So
okay, but here's the question: how do y'all feel about this fucking buyout?
It's a little like
just the way the world's going.
It's true, but it's concerning. I will say it. I'm cautiously optimistic about it because I see the good things that Microsoft could do with this, but then I could also maybe see them just not doing anything. So, but that's also because I'm so used to a company that just lets good IPs die. So I don't know. Maybe Microsoft can turn it around for me.
Oh, you're talking to a couple of Sega fans, so yeah, we're all too familiar.
I've been there, done that.
I think something that not everybody's talking about, but this is what Google should have done before they fucking shit the Stadia out there, because that's what's happening. Microsoft said it too soon, but they're like, it's all digital, baby. Here's your Xbox. And we're like, what? How do I play my games?
Yep.
You know, we're still not fully ready for an all digital, no disc, no cartridge, no whatever. But that's what they're lining up for. So it's not that surprising.
I mean, see, I want to say that I think we're there though, Scotty, because like I'm primed for that because I have a digital Xbox only. You know what I mean? And yeah, I get it. No, 100%. I'm all for physical media and stuff like that. But when it came down to the Xbox and the Game Pass, like that was the reason. That was the sole reason why I purchased the Series S. Like, yeah, I can do it off the computer and whatnot, but like I like having a standalone system that I can play off of. And in the digital sense, that is the best bang for your buck. And with Activision being bought out, you know, it just to me personally, I think it's great. I think it's good. I think it's gonna help out with everything that's going on with them too, because it's now kind of like Microsoft is being like, you know, that protective boyfriend or whatever, where they're just kind of like, hey, come here, it's okay, we're gonna take care of you. Like,
well,
don't worry, don't just, you know, it's all right.
So I saw a conspiracy theory on Twitter that was like, well, what if they specifically told Bobby Kotick not to leave until Microsoft bought him out, and then they're like, okay, now it looks like Microsoft is booting out Bobby Kotick. So I don't know. That's also Twitter conspiracy shit. So
well, I mean anything can happen. Yeah.
Well, I would find that really hard to believe because Bobby Kotick already announced that he'd be leaving once the buyout actually takes place.
Finalized.
So that's not how that works. So
yeah, that person on Twitter was dumb.
Yeah, they're fucking stupid. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Not me. So
yeah.
So what's funny? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Good.
No, you're good. You're good.
I was gonna say, what's funny is your reason for Game Pass is between the Series X and the PS5, I'm leaning more towards the Series X because I can put my physical 360 games in it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny because it's the same reason, but also the opposite reason of why you're okay with this.
Well, no, and you're 100% valid. It's the reason why I got a physical PS5 as opposed to the digital one, because like I have more PS4 games that I can put into the PS5 and stuff like that. When it comes down to the Xbox, unfortunately, I don't have any 360 games unless it's like Grand Theft Auto 4. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then it's so to me in the spectrum of what they were doing, at least Microsoft is giving you the option to be like, hey, you don't even have to buy the disc. We're trying to put it on digitally right there, so you can buy it off the store and have the backwards compatibility. So there's an option for it. You know what I mean? And it's take it with a grain of salt and stuff like that, because like there are times like, for example, Forza Motorsport 7 was the big one for me. It was on Game Pass and I was like super stoked. And then like a month later, it's just like, oh, it's gone. And I'm like, what do you mean? You didn't download it? Like, oh, it's too bad. Sorry, it's gone. And I'm just like, fuck. But the easy answer would have been like, I can just go to GameStop, pick up a copy, and put it in. Oh no, wait, I got a digital only system. Wah, wah, wah. But it is what it is. I'm happy with it. I think this is great. I think this is honestly fantastic. The only complaint now is that I have to definitely beef up my external hard drive for it so that I can install these games, because that's like the bigger issue on this whole thing. When you have a 500 gigabyte system and 2 games take up like half of that, we're
gonna get to the point where we're not gonna have physical media anymore, but we will, because we're gonna be carrying hard drives everywhere, because games are gonna get so big that they're gonna only fit on one hard drive. Be like, here's my fucking God of War 18 hard drive.
yeah. Or also, Microsoft is already working on the next big thing, which is the cloud gaming stuff. Yeah. Because I was playing Doom Eternal off the cloud last time. I was streaming it on Twitch off the cloud, and it was holy shit, like great actually. So that's why I'm just like, like that's the answer. So I don't have to install these games. I could just do it right off the cloud. But
well, in your area, you can.
True.
That is true. My area, we probably couldn't. So, but no, it's interesting. We can only see what's going to happen, right? Like, we'll see how it goes. The deal, like, it's not official yet, right? We still they gotta
it's pretty fucking official, but they have a year to actually submit the transaction through, and that's just a lot of government bullshit showing that Microsoft now owns this company and shareholders have to be paid off and people have to take shares in Microsoft, and it's a whole fucking debacle.
You know how you're not technically married on your wedding day right away? It's kind of like that.
Yeah, not until you get the license. So, well, there we go. That's our news article for the week. So, now moving on to a segment we have been prepping for quite some time now. We used to do a segment, and this was even before Eddie was on, that we used to do that H2O used to ask us in our questions pretty regularly for about a few months, like your pack one, pick one of video games. He would give us, what was it like, Chris, 9 games, and we would have to go through and pick the ones that we would want, and it never really came anything from it. So what we're doing now is we're bringing back the pack one, pick one segment, and what we're going to do is we're going to do it monthly. So every month we're going to have a session of this. We have 20 games that we're all going to pick through, and we'll get 5 games each. We're going to use a random number generator to figure out what the order is going to be for every week. The order is going to be pretty vital at some points. So, but we're using a tier list maker to keep track of everything. So if we go over to here, you guys should be able to see it, which we'll make sure to talk it out for the audio listeners. But we're going to go through. So can someone pull up a random number generator? I don't know how
I'll do one better. I've already done it, and I have the order right here. So going up first is Scotty.
Oh, no.
Then we got Eddie.
Okay.
And then we have your bitch ass. And then I'm hanging up the rear.
Hold on. You said Scotty was first. Who was second?
Eddie. It's on the docket, man.
Eddie. Oh, I didn't. You shut up. And
then me. The docket as soon as we said we're doing this, so that's real good on my part.
There we go. All right,
and then me.
Okay, so out of the games, our list of games that we have, we've got them on screen. We'll also run through them. We have Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy Kong Quest. We have Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Donkey Kong Country 3, Diddy Kong's Double Trouble, Final Fantasy 6 or 3 in North America. We got Dragon Quest 5, Final Fantasy 5, Super Mario RPG, Chrono Trigger, Pilot Wings, Super Street Fighter 2, SimCity, Secret of Mana, Final Fantasy 4, Disney's Aladdin, Super Puyo Puyo, Super Scope 6, Mortal Kombat 2, Romancing Saga 2, Final Fight, and Super Metroid. All of these on either Super Famicom or Super Nintendo. So without further ado, Scotty,
Hold on.
you are.
What's the fucking theme for this hodgepodge of bullshit?
I reached out to H2O and I was like, hey, this is what we're doing. And he's like, all right. So the theme of this, and he sent it to me, was there was 49 games for the Super Nintendo that sold over 1 million units. The following are the top 20 games that were not bundled with a console. So there we go.
The dumbest fucking list.
Look, it's a random ass list, and I like how random it is, okay? So also, I forgot to say, we're going to keep track of this every month. So like within like 6 months, or we might even do it for the whole year, we're going to assess our collections at the end of it, and we're going to let you guys vote on it as well to see who got the best collection at the end of it. So
let's go.
Guys, let's go. So
Super Scope was the Super Scope ever bundled with a SNES?
No, it wasn't bundled with a SNES, but it came with the fucking Super Scope.
yeah, it came with the
that's
gun.
what Super Scope 6 is. It's the game that came with the gun. So that it was bundled. I mean, not with the console,
not bundled
but it was
with a
bundled.
SNES.
That's not a system.
It
That
was
is a
not
peripheral.
In my house, it is.
Okay, all right, Scotty, you're up.
You got that
You are up
special
first,
package
sir.
from Barovia.
So just to my understanding,
sorry,
right?
yes.
This is Scotty's turn, so he gets to pick any game from
He
this
gets
list.
to pick any fucking
Yes,
game.
one
Gotcha.
game out of the
Okay.
whole list.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
and
So what? Go ahead. Finish explaining.
I was-
Just wanna
so
pick
I
the
was gonna
fucking
say-
game.
I was gonna say is he can also like counter pick if he knows like, oh, there's not really any games that I want, but I know there's a game that Chris wants. He could be a
Right.
dick. So, are there
Right.
any questions before we begin? Begin.
Begin.
Okay,
Fair enough.
Again.
we may begin. Scotty, you are first.
Even though it's technically inferior to the Genesis version, I'm picking Disney's Aladdin.
Okay, I had a
That's
feeling.
what you went with?
Yeah. I don't care about fighters, and I don't care about JRPGs. Like, you may as well throw sports games on here, and you've covered the games I don't play.
All right, we got.
I don't know what to say to that.
We got Disney's Aladdin for Scotty. Eddie, you are up next.
Chrono Trigger.
Ooh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good one.
yeah, right off the back. Yeah.
We should,
All right.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to cross them off. You're just putting names next to them in our docket.
Yeah. All right, I'm next. I mean, I gotta go with it. I'm gonna go with Donkey Kong Country 2. That's my jam.
Wow.
DKC2, DKQ.
All right, Chris, you're up.
Super Metroid.
That's a good choice. Good choice.
You
All
can
right,
have that
so
one.
first round, we're gonna go through it. We got Scotty with Aladdin, Chrono Trigger for Eddie, Donkey Kong Country 2 for Corey, myself, and then Super Metroid for Chris. So now we go back to Scotty again.
So we are going in that order, though. Maintain
Yeah.
that order.
We're gonna stay in
Um,
it every time, or not every time. but yeah.
Word.
That's this
Under
order
the,
this week. Yeah.
Yeah, that's this order
Yeah,
this month.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Great. So, and it's only the games on this list?
Only
Okay.
the games that
Scotty's like, shit,
I'm
I got
sorry
first on a
you're
shitty week.
And it's my turn now? Okay, great.
Yep.
All right. And then Eddie's after me? Okay. I got it.
Oh, I'm gonna kill you.
Pack one, pick one. Pack one, pick one.
Yeah, I got somewhere you can pack it.
Hey.
Super Puyo Puyo is my next
Super
choice.
Boy. All right.
Of course it is.
All right,
Of
Eddie.
Hey, I'm gonna
course
have
it
the
is.
most variety. All right,
Yeah,
you want
what-
variety? You come to my house. Pork chop
What
sandwich
I
all around.
love, what I love about this whole thing too is just that like how you're so excited about like Aladdin and Super Puyo Puyo, and then I'm over here just like, what? Like really? Like out of all these things, like so this is what makes this whole like segment like I'm like over here like thinking like damn like there's some really good ones, and Super Puyo Puyo was not on my list at all.
Eddie,
So-
basically, it's like you're
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
Sorry,
There it is.
Scotty.
And, oh, you haven't heard the good word of the Puyo Puyo?
The Puyo
I like
Puyo?
Puyo
No.
Puyo. It wouldn't be my second pick on a draft, but I like Puyo Puyo.
There you
Again, I don't play RPGs.
I know.
I don't play fighters.
I know this was not built for
Well,
you at all.
no, but okay, but see, this is like fantasy football stuff, type of thing. It's like even
A
if
little
you don't like play those things or or know the players and stuff like that, you're gonna try to get the best of the best because in the end, that's what it's about. It's about having the best collection. It's not the preference. It's just like
But
all right,
it might be the best to him.
that is. But what's
Can we
what's
pick
the
the
goal
next
here?
game?
Eddie, pick your
Hey,
game.
no, we're having conversation here.
I love Sonic
We're having
Power.
conversation here. Dang it!
I think
But
I
fine.
think the best collection is going to be subjective. That's what's fun about it. So
It is.
Right.
It is 100%.
Versatility is what
Yeah,
Bible
we'll
has.
see.
Versatility.
You shop at the fucking bargain bin, sir.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I bought groceries at Dollar Tree. So
Yeah, I'm gonna take this one away from someone. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Chris who's gonna get upset about this one. But I'm gonna go with Final Fantasy VI.
I
Final
fucking hate
Fantasy.
you.
Yeah.
You took two good like JR for RPGs.
And I'm not the RPG fan. That's why I'm doing
know.
it.
Oh, what am I gonna? I
I
mean, I gotta take Super Mario 64 or Super Mario RPG. So, all right, Chris, you
Go
are
for
up.
it.
Hold on, I'm fucking writing names
Chris
down
is
and
working.
shit.
We're starting to get down. We
He's
still.
making... Yeah, Corey's jotting it down in the docket. You don't have to write names down.
Well,
I'm
no,
in the tier list.
he's in the tier list. I'm in the docket. But
Oh,
anyway,
My bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with I'll go with Final Fantasy 4.
Final Fantasy 4.
If I can't have 6, I'll have 4.
Okay, Final Fantasy 4. Wow, that's funny
4,
too.
4, man.
Eddie picked Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy 6 before Final Fight.
Yeah, fucking bitch.
Oh, I didn't even know. I didn't even see that.
Yeah. All right, Scotty, you're up.
Well, if I'm gonna pick anything, any JRPG, then I may as well bring some friends along. So I'll play Secret of Mana. Isn't that the one that's like 3-player?
It is.
yeah.
It is.
It
There we
is.
go.
That's a fun game.
There you go. Secret of Mana.
That was like the game in college that for years we all said, "Oh, we'll sit down and play this. We'll sit down and play this." Never happened.
Never did. Nope.
It's a good game.
Yep. All right, Eddie, you're up.
Final Fight.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I thought about picking it right now just
I-
because of what you just
I
said.
kinda
so.
wish
Yeah,
you
and
would've.
I was afraid of that too. I was just like, uh,
Yeah. Oh, this is tough for me because I've never played Final Fantasy V. I've never played Dragon Quest V. I have played Donkey Kong Country 3, and I don't want that shit. So
Yeah,
I guess I'm gonna go
almost
with
a weekly thing. You tell us how bad that game is.
I guess we're gonna go with Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. That's what I'll go with. A fun game.
the fun
Cool.
one. It's turbo time.
I will go with Final Fantasy 5.
Final Fantasy V. So, the remaining games that we have, we got 2 more rounds. We got Super Scope 6. We got Pilot Wings, Mortal Kombat 2, Romancing the Saga 2, Donkey Kong Country 3, Dragon Quest 5, SimCity, and Street Fighter 2. So, what about you, Scotty?
I know it's not the best of. Wait, I think there's only 3. No, there's like 4 of them. Pilot Wings.
You want Pilot Wings? All right, I'll give you Pilot
Yep.
Wings. All right, Mr. Eddie.
Super Street Fighter 2.
Super Street Fighter 2. Gotcha.
I was worried that I wasn't going to walk out with a fighting game or I was going to get stuck with Mortal Kombat 2. And I was like, fuck.
Stuck with it.
I've never played a Dragon Quest game, so I'm gonna take Dragon Quest 5.
Cool.
You're up, Chris.
I am going to go with Romancing Saga 2.
Romancing Saga 2. I have no there's so many of those games, and I have no idea what they're about. So
So
Neither do I.
there's 3 for the Super Famicom. I think there's 3 for the PlayStation series, and like those 6 or those 5,
Mhm.
because it goes Romancing Saga and then Saga Frontier, and then they had Unlimited Saga for the PlayStation 2, and that's the game that killed the series because it was so bad.
Gotcha. Okay then. All right, final
Alright.
round.
Last
Scotty's
picks.
up.
I'm trying to not get influenced by the chat, but they're suggesting things.
Well,
Now,
you
hold
can
on, though.
you can take it,
but
but
what
I
the-
hate that game, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's what I
that one
was going to
doesn't
say.
matter.
Yeah.
He already took his favorite Zombie Hunter out of this list anyway.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna do Mortal Kombat 2 because I understand that fighting game a little bit.
You got a good variety. I will say you've got a very
Told
good
you.
variety up here. No game
I'm
is the
too-
same up here. So,
Too well rounded for my own good.
all right, Eddie.
You took the other game I cared about. I was like, he's not going to pick Mortal Kombat 2.
Hey,
And I
you
was like,
still got Super Scope. That's 6 games in one, man.
Yeah, man.
All
right.
I'm thinking. So, yeah, you know what? I'll go with
Last, what is
Doesn't SimCity is the one where Bowser comes in and destroys the city, the town?
He is in. Yep.
He does show up in that.
Yeah, we're going with that. Yeah, I want Kaiju Bowser to destroy my city.
All right, I'm taking Super Scope.
I thought about it, and I was
you
like,
get Donkey Kong Country 3.
I'm not even mad.
You got Blastrous A and Blastrous B on that thing.
Look, even if my game sucks, at least I got this cool look. The Super Scope's been in so many movies because it just personifies nerd.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, none of those peripherals worked. None of them worked.
Super Scope gets used more in Smash Brothers than it ever did in real life.
True.
You're right.
It's true. You
All
ain't
right.
wrong.
Well, that is the first round, the first week. We're gonna run through it. So with Scotty, we have Disney's Aladdin, Super Puyo 2, I believe, Secret of Mana, Pilot Wings, and Mortal Kombat 2. Eddie, the bad boy what is it? The bad boy of retro gaming? Is that what it still is?
Oh,
you
the
still
bad
be
boy
that?
of gaming. Yeah.
Can you still be that? Is that
took
okay?
the retro, yeah.
No,
Yeah, that's fine.
it's the bad boy of Capcom's Creators Club.
Hey.
The bad brawler of Capcom
Oh,
streets.
I didn't even. You know what? Like, segueing into that, I didn't even bring up how I had to like change. Well, I don't have to, but I'm changing my raid call for like when I used to be like, oh, my name is Eddie Forte. I like thick thighs, like la da da.
Oh, you
like,
gotta change a lot of that.
and somebody suggested a really, really good one, and I wanted to read it off here on here because they're just like, dude, like that's like perfect for you. And it's like, my name is Eddie Forte. I like Mega Man, Jill Valentine, and that's why this channel's rated C for Capcom. If that's your thing, give us a follow. If not, what am I fighting for?
Oh, okay, no.
Okay, that's pretty good. No, fuck you, Corey. That's pretty good.
It's pretty good. You gotta sell it every time, though. Like, you gotta sell it every time, so. All right, anyway, Eddie has Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy VI, Final Fight, Street Fighter 2, and SimCity. Myself has Donkey Kong Country 2, Super Mario RPG, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Dragon Quest V, and the Super Scope Bundle. Chris is walking away with a Super Metroid, Final Fantasy IV, Final Fantasy V, Romancing the Saga 2, and he didn't get it by choice, but Donkey Kong Country 3. So,
you know what? I'm not even mad about my selections.
you got two I don't know, is Romancing the Stone a JRPG?
It's an RPG.
Romancing the Stone. That's a movie with
Romancing
Michael
the
Douglas,
Stone.
sir.
Romancing, what is it? Romancing Saga.
First you called it Romancing the Saga.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care about them games. So there we go.
No,
That's our first one done. So what we're going to do, we're going to keep doing this every month. So stick around. They're not always going to be Super Nintendo games. We're going to have a different theme every week. There might be a theme where it's just like, here's a bunch of PC games. And everyone's like, oh, we don't know anything about these. So, but I think we all have a pretty solid foundation.
But even then, if we were to do like some PC games, like isn't like that the fun of it? Like try to get like a first impression of what it is. Like I don't know what this is, but the cover looks pretty amazing.
Age of Empires 2.
Yeah, because knowing me,
Mustang in it.
knowing me, like it's like Duke Nukem. Like when the Duke Nukem games first came out, I would have never played those on a computer, but I would pick them because of my experience with Duke Nukem 3D.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And then I'd be like, God damn it, these are crap.
Well, there we go. We're gonna keep track of this, and we're just gonna keep building to it every month. So these lists are gonna end up pretty large, but I like this segment. I had a lot of fun with this one, so hopefully you guys did too. So, but all right, let's move on over. I believe, what do we got next? Oh, that's what it is. Chris, you haven't been here in forever. If people have questions, what should they do?
fucking Discord.
Right,
Fuck the Discord?
I didn't know you were whispering because it sounded like you said fuck the Discord.
Yeah,
You were whispering and it didn't pick up the first word.
No, it's join the fucking Discord.
Join the fucking Discord. And if you do, your questions might sound like this. I don't know who's reading questions.
I'm reading questions. Okay. They're only from Zombie Hunter. He's got two parts to it. He's like, would you say that Microsoft is securing themselves a future or throwing it away by investing in all these publishers, i.e. Bethesda, Activision, so on and so forth? First off, the publishers you've listed are also developers, so that's okay.
Well, it's okay. We'll allow it.
No, I think that this is nothing but a boon for Microsoft.
I agree.
So much so that someone should really be looking at this and looking at it. It's like, is this illegal? So
Is this the Disney of video games?
it's not, but they're getting
Not
there.
yet. Yeah.
Right?
They're putting all the pieces to their cosplay together.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time before they buy Sega. At this point, it's not will they.
I'm fine with it. It'll be okay.
I didn't mean to kill the room with that. It got silent.
I think that it was just the PTSD coming
it's
back.
like, oh god. No, I think we kind of answered that already in our analysis of the news article. So there we go.
Number 2, with Monster Hunter Arceus coming out next Friday, who is your starter? Just a reminder, it's Cyndaquil, Oshawott, and Rowlet.
Oh,
Yeah,
by the way, I gotta pull these up.
I don't know if that was on purpose or it was a joke.
It
or
was
a
because
question.
so
I didn't catch it.
the game plays a lot more like Monster, like you're rolling around and like having to dodge attacks by Pokemon and stuff like that. So
Pokemon Hunter.
I'm gonna pull up because recently there was a leak of the final evolutions of the starters, and some people were like, "This is really bad. Like these are some of the worst starters we've ever seen." So I'm trying to pull it
we're
up.
not talking about Pokemon right now, right?
We are talking about Pokemon.
We are? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought Monster Hunter had starter. I don't
That's the joke. That's what we're saying. It's just like
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I gave up on Pokemon 3 times. I don't care.
Yeah,
Fuck
it's not a good one for Scotty. I mean, I'm not gonna pull it. We won't get deep into it, but I'm gonna pick Typhlosion because the picture of him looks like he's been smoking a lot of dope.
Damn things.
So just
That is accurate. That would be
Wait,
an
but
accurate
Typhlosion isn't a starter. It's Cyndaquil, isn't it?
well,
Oh my
Typhlosion
God,
is
it evolves into it though.
Right, but we're
Yeah.
talking starters. We're not talking Typhlosion. All right. we're
well, then I
talking
would pick
Cyndaquil.
Cyndaquil. Also, it's Cyndaquil.
There you go.
That's my go-to is Cyndaquil. So yeah, I'm picking Cyndaquil.
Fire Ghost.
Wait, that's what he is Fire Ghost?
Yes.
Typhlosion Fire Ghost Pokemon.
I am for this. I am.
Samurott
Wait, that means he's
is a
dead.
pirate. Samurott is Water Dark, or as I like to call it, Pirate of Dark Water.
Hell yeah.
Decidueye is fighting that grass. He's grass fighting.
Fighting, yeah, and he looks like. So I'm gonna. Hey, can you send me that article real quick? I'll pull it up on stream.
I'm trying to find their pictures, but they're not. It doesn't look like they're in this. So, but I will send you that. Yes.
No, that fucking Decidueye looks like he's like, I'm pretty sure I've killed some of those commoners in fucking Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, I know
Like,
what you're
it's-
talking about.
It's just like I have a straw hat and my pants are up to my fucking thighs.
Well, no, what's funny is that like that's if you've ever seen like an owl's legs, that's what they look like. Like they're just like big fuzzy legs, like look like they're wearing pants. So
Gross. Well, I'm glad it worked out like this because I was gonna go with Samurott, so Oshawott.
okay, so what about you, Eddie?
What?
Because
I'm
Scotty
gonna go
doesn't
with
give a
the
shit. So
I'm
Yeah,
trying to
well, I
find
mean,
the fucking pictures.
I
Yeah,
know.
like based on what we're talking about, like I would have gone with Cyndaquil too because of the fire element, but to change it up a bit and like to be something completely different, I'd go with Rowlet. Because I like what they evolved to. It's like he's cute. Then he goes through like an emo phase, and then I think he's like a Luchator. He's like a luchador at some point.
there is, there's a luchador Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was making
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, it better be.
And Scotty picks Pikachu. So
I still haven't found their pictures, so I think I'm.
I
getting
know
It's fine. I
it
forgive
was in
you.
a Twitter leak. Yeah, maybe it got deleted. A lot of that stuff got deleted. So there we go.
Oh, I think I found them. Yeah, I'll probably pick the ferret.
The ferret, the fire ferret.
Oshawott.
The
Wait, what?
Arcanine model got spoiled too, or got leaked as well. And Arcanine doesn't look too bad.
Everyone likes it. I think it's ugly as shit, just
It's
like the rest of the fucking Pokemon.
I mean, I was just
What are
like,
we
it's
talking about?
fine. The Arceus Arcanine that got leaked, and it's rock ground, and it looks fine. Regular Arcanine looks better. So, but that's one of my favorite Pokemon. So,
Rachel's
there we
been
go.
playing Pokemon Snap, and she's bored with it already.
who is?
Rachel.
Oh,
Too
really?
much grinding for a fucking Pokemon Snap.
I
game.
got bored of it really quick. Like, the good thing about the first Pokemon Snap, there was a little bit of grinding. Like, you had to go back through a couple levels and hit this and that, but not like with the new one. The new one, you got to go through the levels like 6 and 7 times.
Mm.
Crazy. So, there we go. We got our questions
right,
for the
cool.
week. We're gonna.
Yeah.
What are we gonna
Like
do?
to ask
What
more
are we
things that
doing?
I don't understand. Join the fucking Discord.
Yeah, join the fucking Discord. So, all right, what are we doing next week, gentlemen? Let's wrap this up because some of us are a little tired. So,
I've got more YouTube shit that I'm doing. So if you want to see my shit, subscribe to YouTube or find me on fucking TikTok.
there you go. We
Easy
got more.
peasy.
We got more YouTube videos coming out. We're finishing up the Mega Man Legends series. We got some other stuff. You got look at that little Serve Bot bobblehead that Scotty's got. But no, we're working on that. Probably playing some more Windjammers on the stream over on Megavision's channel, and we are probably going to be playing some more Monster Hunter. Not probably streaming. School started back up, so school's rough right now, but we're going to do that. So be on the lookout. Follow us over or subscribe to the YouTube ScrubVerse. What about you, Eddie?
Work per usual, and then I said we're doing the Capcom Appreciation Week, so we're gonna be playing a bunch of Capcom games over on Twitch.tv/Eddie_Forte. We got Resident Evil 2 remake going on today, Monster Hunter Rise, the Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle, and Mega Man X4 this week. So that's what I'll be doing, and feeding my cat.
What was that?
Whoa.
Was that
That
you,
was
Scotty?
No, that was
Very
my
different
cat.
dog.
Oh, okay. And Scotty, besides, you're just gonna be working? No.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. I might do Windjammers or something, but
We got
go
some
watch the end of Mega
podcast.
Man Legends.
We got some podcasts.
Yeah,
we're
we
gonna
do a
record.
podcast. I forgot. We're gonna be watching Don't Panic, I think, and that'll be out on the Friday following this.
The
So,
Mexican
if you have any
homage to
suggestions
Freddy
for
Krueger.
Okay, that you didn't even tell me that until now.
It is.
So yeah, okay.
Federico
Correct, that's
Krueger?
correct.
Well, it's a Mexican homage to Night on Elm Street, not just Freddy Krueger. So it's like the Mexican version of that movie. So there you go.
Man, you're getting close to saying it's Italian Spider-Man.
I don't know.
Speaking of
Oh,
Italy,
okay. Nobody knows what that is. Go look it up.
It's great.
I think it's Italian. But
Yes, it
yeah,
is.
we got that podcast. So if you have ideas for movies that you'd like us to watch and talk about, recently we did Making Contact and then also Last Action Hero. It's been an interesting year so far and the longest month of my life. So we'll see what we're watching next.
Sounds good. All right, we're gonna get on out of here. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see y'all next week, and take it easy. Be safe out there. Bye.
Peace.
All right, let's stop the Audacity recording, and then let's see if we can find someone to go raid over on the Twitch. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Just deal with us
Thanks,
1 second
everyone.
while we got to make sure this stuff gets saved correctly. Otherwise, there's no podcast.
Yeah, I'm stopping the recording on my end too.
Yeah. Me 3. Pop.
Beep.
Pardon.
All right, that's exporting. Let's see. Who do we
As
got?
is
Anyone?
mine.
Anyone got any recommendations? Is Somber still
Um,
streaming? I don't think he is.
oh, I thought he wasn't streaming this week.
He's
Yeah.
Oh, he was just playing Halo Infinite. He wasn't streaming it.
Yeah.
Meryl is playing. It's Meryl is playing Inscription.
Meryl.
So if you haven't played it and don't worry about spoilers, then maybe go watch
Well,
that.
Mr. Scoot is playing Spin the Wheel of Sega Genesis. So
That's my life.
let's go see what he's up to.
Zoomed in still.
Oh, I might as well just put the raid in now because it takes forever of this restream.
Raid.
Oh,
I'm just
really?
gonna raid Mr. Scoot. Yeah, because with the restream interface, it like usually you could after 10 seconds you can hit raid now and it raids, but
Yeah.
that goes away in this restream interface. So I don't know what's going on with it. Go ahead and go raid him. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Give us like 30 seconds now because I don't know how long it's gonna take this shit.
Oh man, he's playing Mutant League Hockey now.
Ooh, nice.
I don't even care about sports, but I'll watch those
Sports!
games.
I love his Sega logo for his name. It's a Scoot.
Pretty good too.
Yeah, Scoot.
I like his old Windows 2000, Windows Millennium Edition almost.
Oh yeah, I
borders.
have that downloaded for. That's what our chat is. It's like Windows 95 chat.
Nice.
So, but yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody. This is the little banter you get after the podcast. We appreciate it. Thanks for watching our YouTube videos, and
Yeah, for patrons only.
Chris is gonna go to sleep, so
I'm hungry.
I've actually got some work I got to do, so I'll be on for a bit.
make sure you
I'm
sleep.
wired.
Yeah, I gotta edit the podcast and then get ready for tonight for another long boy, baby.
Are you playing banjo tonight?
No, Resident Evil 2. Capcom week. Come on,
Oh, it's a week.
keep
How
up with the
dare you.
time. Corey.
I don't listen to our podcast,
Yeah.
so
Even while he's on it.
I don't listen to live stuff.
I'm on another
Yeah.
level. I'm like in another world sometimes on this podcast, so
All right, Eddie, I sent you my track.
I wouldn't
Sweet.
trade it for the world.
Mine's still exporting.
Saving mine, and then all right, looks like
Oh
we got
shit! This is episode 123.
yeah.
I put
Nice.
114. I'm an idiot.
Oh, that's because you
Whoa.
saw it on the YouTube.
I did.
Yep. All right, we can.